Just add to that Gordon Banks did win trophies, major trophies, with Leicester and Stoke either side of his World Cup with England. But 10 years ago tonight, Jordan Pickford was keeping a clean sheet in the Championship on loan at Preston during a run of 6 straight clean sheets for North End. In January that season, Sunderland recalled him, gave him his Premier League debut. He picked the ball out of the net 4 times at Tottenham. His future England teammate Harry Kane was one of the goal scorers. This tonight, Jordan Pickford's first ever game against the club where he came through the ranks. He comes from Washington, just 6 or 7 miles west of Sunderland, and they loved him here. He left when Sunderland were relegated back in 2017. A few months later, he made his England debut with a clean sheet against Germany, and a year later, he was England's #1 at the World Cup when we got to the semis for the first time in over 20 years. He's 31, Dean Ashton, 80 England caps, 41 clean sheets for England, currently on a record run of 9 consecutive clean sheets for England, 810 minutes without conceding a goal for his country. But it was an absolute shambles of a mess on corners last week against Spurs, wasn't he?
He was, and it's interesting because actually it's come as a shock, hasn't it? I think what he's done is, as he's got older and mature and understood his role, I think as a goalkeeper even more, is he's no longer really the headline. The only headlines he usually has is because of his outstanding performances, rather than the mistakes that he used to make or maybe the wild antics he used to produce. And he's got a real consistency about his goalkeeping now, both with England and for Everton. You know, so many times you look at when Everton pick up points, he's the one that's making incredible saves, and that's what he is. He's an unbelievable shot stopper. He's got a magnificent left foot. His distribution's outstanding from a differing of ranges, and it's only one error that's led to a goal this season for him. So again, just keeping himself out of the headlines. And let's not forget, in the biggest of moments for England, he saves penalties at crucial times. I haven't forgotten the Jorginho save, by the way, when they're about to win it and he saves us and gives us a chance. I know that we then went on and missed the next one, but that's as big as it ever gets, and he could produce in those moments. Now look, if you had stood at the door to his head and opened the door for me, I'm still not going in.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. They don't get talked about, those penalty saves, in the Euro final, so you're right to bring those up. And what I will say about the current run of clean sheets with England, 4 of the last 5 games he hasn't even had a shot on target to face. So you and me could have been in goal, and I think we'd have kept a clean sheet. You've got to bear that in mind as well. But the record is there, and you're never going to take it away from him. Not right now, anyway. Away to our right, the Sunderland fans have unfurled a big picture banner of Bradley Lowry, one of their heroes. There's only one Bradley Lowry, says a banner, a tifo in the lower section of that stand, as well as they play Dance of the Nights from Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet. Gets the fans in the mood here. They play it every home game before the teams come out. It's the same music you can hear on Lord Sugar's The Apprentice, but nobody's going to be saying you're fired to Reggie Labrie anytime soon. Wembley glory, promotion, a rebuild, and they could end the night as Arsenal's closest title challengers. Amazing to think that just over a year ago he was relegated from the French top flight with Lorient. He actually started that season with a goalless draw away to Paris Saint-Germain in August 2023. As the teams are in the tunnel waiting to come out, and there will be a huge noise, there's no doubt about it. And I think there was a big round of applause for Jordan Pickford when he came out to warm up. My word, I expect these Sunderland fans to do their very best to unsettle their former hero once he's in goal in front of them. Granit Xhaka at the front of the line, the captain of Sunderland, leading them out as the players emerge from the tunnel. Listen to the noise. If you're serious about football, then Talksport's where you need to be. 6 live commentaries over the next 2 nights in the Champions League and the Championship. Games in Prague, Azerbaijan, Tottenham, Coventry, Man City and Newcastle. And the Toon Army might want to take up the challenge, but the atmosphere here could be the best of them all. Sunderland against Everton, live and exclusive on Talksport, with your commentary team of former England striker Dean Ashton, alongside Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Adrian. What an atmosphere it is here at the Stadium of Light, the place that's rocking. Sunderland have beaten here on their Premier League return, and they're looking to go second in the Premier League table behind leaders Arsenal, who incidentally are here at the weekend. Will it be second against first at the Stadium of Light on Saturday night, or can Everton pick up a much needed win? Sunderland in their red and white stripes with the black shorts and red socks, the changed dark strip of Everton. Let's give you the teams then. Unsurprisingly, after that fantastic result at Stamford Bridge last week, Regis Labrie names the same 11. It does mean once again they'll go 5 at the back. Roos in goal, Hugh, Mukiele, Ballard, Gertruda and Ronaldo at the back. Traore, Xhaka, Siddiqui and Lafay across the middle. Wilson, Isidore, 4 in 9 for him, leads the line. David Moyes back at the Stadium of Light for the first time since he saw relegation here with the Black Cats in 2017. 1 win in 7 for Everton. They give a third Premier League start to Tierno Barry, who replaces Beto, who drops to the bench. Former Sunderland man Jordan Pickford in goal. O'Brien, Tarkowski, Keane and Mikolenko at the back. Gay and Garner holding with Njai, Dewsbury Hall and Grealish behind Barry, who will lead the line. Dean Ashton alongside me. Dean, this place is rocking. This is a place on the rise and a team on the rise.
Very much so. I was here a good few years ago. There wasn't the amount of people, and there certainly wasn't the noise and the excitement to see their side. What a fantastic start to the Premier League season that they've had under Regis Labrie. And tonight feels like a great opportunity against a stuttering Everton side to get on top early, to keep these fans behind you. Obviously Everton have got the job to stop that.
Yeah, they have indeed. The one more they have for Sunderland tonight, we spoke about this before. Sometimes as a newly promoted team, when you're expected to win on nights like this, the old experience of a Premier League battle-hardened Everton comes to the fore.
You would expect so. David Moyes would expect that of his side. I think there's a lot more expected of the talent of players that they've got now at Everton, certainly in forward areas. But you're right, for Sunderland, going away from home to Chelsea, no expectation, can really sit deep and counter-attack, and the fans will be behind you. Here, they probably still do understand it, because that's how they've played in the Championship, and they've brought that to the Premier League. An honest, hard-working Sunderland side.
Sunderland in a huddle. Regis Labrie said in midweek his team have got to keep on improving if they want to keep getting results here. What an atmosphere. Just a few years ago this place was toxic when they were down in League One, struggling in the Championship. Now they're within touching distance of going second in the Premier League. It's a packed house. You cannot get a ticket here for love nor money now. Sunderland in the home strip, going from right to left. It's the culmination of another huge week of Premier League action across the Talksport network, but fear not, the football continues throughout the week. You're in the best place for your live football and all the other live sport that we bring you as well. Who are you going for, Dean, tonight?
I mean, you'd have to expect that Sunderland would fancy themselves to get the victory. No game is easy in the Premier League. Not ever is a game easy. But surely they have to be favourites.
Well, there's a long ball forward from Pickford, who's all in green. Early shot comes in and it just fizzes wide of the post. Well, that was a shot out of nothing there, and it fell in the end. It's Garner who's hit it first time from 25 yards out. And Dean Ashton, I think half this stand thought that had gone in the back of the net.
What a strike. What technique from Garner so early on. Big long ball from Pickford, headed down by Barry. Little deflection into Garner's path. And then on the half volley, left-footed, caught it so sweet. Really cut across it to keep it low and get the knee over the top. And Roos, I think if that's in the corner, he's not getting it because he's so surprised by the early strike.
Yeah, 8 seconds on the clock. So an early warning for Sunderland, to a flying high. They have the ball at the back here and they'll look to build as they now come forward out onto this near side. They'll have the ball with Gertruda. He gets it out wide. Here's Ronaldo. He'll go back to his goalkeeper, Roos, who has it. All in orange, the Sunderland stoppers. Made a decent start to life at the Stadium of Light. And Sunderland happy to pop off the passes. They work it out to that far side. There's a heavy touch and Dewsbury Hall will win it back for Everton over halfway. He'll feed it out wide on the left, and Everton just happy to get the ball back. will now build from their side of the halfway line. And the ball now into Gay. And they're just popping off passes at the moment, not overly asking a lot of Sunderland, who are just sat back in their shape. The 5-4-1, you can see the 5 just outside the edge of the Sunderland box. As Dewsbury Hall now advances forward, he'll work it out wide onto the left-hand side. Grealish wanted it quickly, didn't get it. Now they're thinking about coming back to the centre of the field. Here's Gay, will get the ball away on this near side to Tarkowski. He advances forward, feeds it out wide on the near side. Challenge goes in, it's out for a throw-in. Everton with the ball, but not doing a great deal with it just yet.
No, and deep is an understatement for this Sunderland side. At home against Everton, right towards their penalty area, so compact as a 5 and a 4, and even Isidore sitting deep. Everton won't be used to this. They're not used to having a lot of possession. 16th for average possession for Everton, so it's new for them. But that's where you need to get the ball into Dewsbury Hall, into Grealish, players and DI that can then try and open this defence up.
Yeah, that's what they'll be hoping that Tierno Barry can do. The Frenchman, side from Villarreal for big money, yet to score for Everton. He's leading the line tonight as they look to play it forward down this near side. Jai dispossessed by a good tackle, and forward go the Black Cats, but then they'll just steady it down. And every tackle at the moment being cheered to the rafters. This is a place where they're enjoying their football again. Wasn't always the case in that post-David Moyes era, those start days in the Championship, then down to League One. But they're a team on the up. Risky pass there, almost sold Ballard out. Ballard in the end did well to get it over on the far side, and it'll be played back by Mukiele to the goalkeeper, and they'll build again. So Sunderland just looking to feel their way into it. No score, 3 minutes gone.
No, but when they have the ball, notice that Trey Hume on that right hand side really tucks in as an extra midfield player. And Mukiele getting forwards on the right hand side as a full-back. Obviously, as soon as they lose the ball, back into that 5-man defence.
Yeah, there's Enzo Lefay, picks the ball up, tries to skip down the right touchline, ball off an Everton player and out for a throw-in. About 20 yards over the halfway line, down the Sunderland right-hand side, 0-0, live on Talksport tonight. And now Sunderland have it, just on the edge of the centre circle. They'll come to this near side. Ronaldo will go back, and there at the back is Gertrude, who will play it across the face of his penalty area, and Sunderland will build again with Dan Ballard. How important his goal here against Coventry, the first time they've had a midweek night match here since that one. And now forward goes Sunderland down the left. Ronaldo advancing towards the edge of the Everton box, turns, can he find a cross? No, he'll lay the ball back here. Lefay's popped up on this left-hand side, and they're just starting to push Everton back here. Patient stuff from Sunderland. Mentioned they're unbeaten at home, 3 wins and a draw so far on their Premier League return, and valuable points being put on the table early on, and they're being patient here. Into the centre circle goes Ballard. He'll feed it out wide over on that far side. Ball is laid back, now played forward here on the turn. An opportunity now to get across into the edge of the box. A turn from Isidore, just to the right-hand side of the penalty area. He'll lay it back on that far touchline side. They've gone past one, they're feeding into the box here. Isidore looking to pull it back, can't find a teammate, and the ball eventually cleared. And now Dewsbury Hall on the break has got the wrong side of the Sunderland defence, looks to play one across the face of the penalty area, and it's well dealt with in the end by Gertrude, who did really well there.
Yeah, good positioning. Gertrude just made sure that he got across so that ball couldn't find its way to Barry from Dewsbury Hall. It was really nicely worked by Sunderland, getting that ball into the extra man, which is Trey Hume in there, that wasn't picked up, and then they could overload Mikolenko on that side.
Yeah, Trey Hume almost at the minute now playing as a number 10, pushing forward. They're appealing for handball. Sunderland referee waves that away. A long ball is going forward for Barry, who's in a challenge with it, but he's beaten in that challenge, and Sunderland will pick up the pieces and tidy it up nicely. 6 minutes almost gone here at the Stadium of Light, live on Talksport. It's Sunderland 0, Everton 0, but Sunderland making a bright start.
Yeah, and just getting their foot on the ball. That's 3 times now I've seen there's been 3 or 4 really quick passes, and then it's gone into Xhaka and he's just slowed it down. Just that little lending it back towards the centre-back, just telling his teammates, just let's have a bit of calm, let's have a bit of possession. He's constantly pointing, shouting in the middle of the park, Granit Xhaka.
It remains 0-0 here. Everton, that age-old problem for them. They struggle for goals in the Premier League, and Almost given away there by O'Brien. Ball though will break in midfield for Gay. He finds Dewsbury Hall. He'll feed it wide. Grealish advances over halfway down the Everton left. Plays a nice ball for Dewsbury Hall into the edge of the penalty area. He's gone past Mukiele. Pulls it back. Big chance and Njai. Shot blocked. Falls to Njai again on the penalty spot. Lays it back. It'll fall here to Barry. His shot's blocked. Sunderland getting bodies in front, but that was a good chance there for Everton.
Yeah, really well played by Dewsbury Hall. Just took his time. Just slowed things down, speeded it up, and then got his head up. So important to see who's where. Lovely little run from Njai to the penalty spot. Just took too long. Too many touches. That needs to be shifted and shooting in one movement. Just took too long.
Here is Dewsbury Hall again. Feeds it out wide. Nikolenko over on that far side. Gay has it. They'll go back to halfway, and it's Sunderland's turn to sit back here and defend. 7 gone, 0-0. Ball now with Tarkowski, plays the diagonal. Keeper's come an awful long way, but he comes a long way and collects it, and the fans like that. Dominant goalkeeping from the Sunderland goalkeeper.
I mean, he's been absolutely brilliant since coming to the football club, the 22-year-old. Obviously taking a chance on a young goalkeeper, with Patterson being so good last season in the Championship, but he's been absolutely outstanding for them.
Yeah, he has. I wonder what the future holds for Anthony Patterson, who was linked with moves away, and Sunderland were on the rise, having to sit and watch at the moment. And Sunderland come forward again up towards halfway. Ballard feeds it out wide on the far side. Ball given away though, and Idrissa Gueye will bring it forward. He gets it away quickly over on the far side. He'll get it back now, advancing in on goal. 30 yards out. Is he going to shoot? Oh, he tried to feed a ball through for Njai, but he misplaced it, and it's all the way through to Roos, who will come out and collect it and get Sunderland going again.
Yeah, that's a real mess. I think in his own head there, Idrissa Gueye. He had the two players making the run, just played it right between the two of them. It was an opportunity as he burst through midfield. He could have even had a shot himself.
Sunderland coming forward again. As you mentioned, a busy week of football. 3 more live commentaries tomorrow. Talksport 2, 5:45. Slavia Prague against Arsenal. That's in the Champions League. Joe Shannon and the former Chelsea man Scott Minto. Then we're at Tottenham as they take on Copenhagen. They need a result, don't they? Spurs, 8 o'clock for that one. There's a ball played forward by Sunderland, and one back, and Jai has it in the right back position. He'll lay it, and now forward will come Garner. Garner just advancing through the midfield up towards halfway. Ball out over on the far side, and Sunderland backtracking again as Everton come forward again. Ball now works its way towards the halfway line. And now the ball working out on this near side. Here's Illiman and Jai. Not really running, it's more walking pace at the moment. Here's O'Brien, feeds it back. And Everton at the moment are just starting to get more of the football here, Dean Ashton, and they're starting just to, not say frustrate Sunderland, but they're getting hold of the ball and keeping it now.
They are, and they're getting the ball into their technical players, Dewsbury Hall, Grealish and Jai. And if you allow the ball to go into their feet, they're capable of just opening you up as a defence, and a couple of times now there's just been that space that's been opened up by one of those players.
Well, here's Lafay, he gets it away. Ronaldo has it near side, and Sunderland looking to come forward over halfway. Little intricate triangle passing, but nothing doing at the moment. I'm just looking there, this near side, and not moving too freely. Noah Siddiqui looks like he may have picked up a knock. He's back on the ball again now. Advances past the dugouts, gets it away, and the ball back inside Sunderland's half. It's patient stuff. It's 0-0. Been playing 10 minutes here on Talksport. No real chances, bar an early shot from Garner. There could be one coming here. A foot race down the Sunderland right, but the ball is cleared away from Traore and out for a throw-in.
It's really interesting, though, to see the way they move into different positions as they win the ball back, Sunderland. As soon as they win the ball back, then Trey Hume goes into midfield. Siddiqui actually drops almost into a left-back position. And then Enzo Lafay can then drift into that midfield space that's left. And Ronaldo can then drift out wide. It's very technical in terms of the positionings that the players are having to take up in and out of possession.
Yeah, well, Regis Larry did say about the importance of his players being able to operate in more than one position. And the signs are so far they're doing their job well. 0-0 here as Keane will just bundle it forward. He's looking towards Barry, who wins a header, but there's no one beyond him, so it'll be picked up by Sunderland in the centre circle. And now they'll have it again. We mentioned 3 commentaries tomorrow. The other one is a big one in the Championship. Coventry were thumped at Wrexham on Friday night live on Talksport. They take on Sheffield United, who got a bit of a beating themselves at the weekend. Oh, that was a risky ball there, given away. Now Njai will advance forward, gets it away on this near side to Barry. He tries to find Njai, and the ball cleared away, hits Barry, and will come out for a throw-in. It was a break that looked promising for Everton, but Dean Ashton led to nothing.
Yeah, sigh of relief for Xhaka. Really showed Njai exactly where he was going to play the pass and drove forward, played it into Barry. Again, not convincing yet from Barry. A couple of touches now that just haven't quite come off for him.
Yeah, his 10th Premier League appearance, yet to score for Everton. They paid a decent fee for him as well. Roos at the back will try and play out from the back. Ballard's pass is blocked and off Grealish and out for a goal kick to Sunderland. So remains 0-0 here Wednesday night. Karabakh take on Chelsea live, 5:45 on Talksport 2. Ian Danter with the former Chelsea man Scott Minton. Manchester City against Dortmund in the Champions League is live on Talksport. Adrian will be there with Sam Matterface and the former Watford striker Troy Deeney. And Newcastle Bilbao will be there for that one. Looking forward to that. Newcastle pretty good at home, Dean, but struggling on their travels at the minute.
Yeah, just a bit at the minute. But again, you would expect with a decent start in the Champions League that they'll want another 3 points.
Yeah, good header on from Isidore from a long ball forward. Can they pounce on the loose ball? Will it sit right? It's hit, but wide in the end. It was worth the effort. It just wouldn't sit down for Traore, and his shot in the end is bundled wide.
I just think it's so often you see it just as the player's about to strike it. Sometimes the defender, you can't stop that strike, but what you can do is just give the attacker a nudge just to shake him off so he doesn't strike it properly.
0-0 here. You are listening to Sunderland against Everton on Talksport with Sky Sports. Don't forget that with Now you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly like Sunderland against Everton live right now. Search Now Sports for more details. 0-0 here then. Pickford has decided not to play out from the back. He's going long. The ball will be headed by Lafay. Finds Isidore, turned into trouble. Gets no change there out of Garner, who stood his ground and dispossessed him. Ball played forward, bit of a nudge in the back on Njai. He gets the ball away. Now a chance for Barry. He's touched a good one, but just took him away from goal. Now he's looking to advance forward, and he's out-muscled and wrestled off it. Trying to win it back. Was that a hand on the chest? So it's play on. Here's Njai advancing to the edge of the area. Goes past one, goes past two. Drop of the shoulder onto his left foot, and that is a great goal. Iliman Njai puts Everton in front. He weaved his way through some would-be Sunderland tacklers and curls one past Roos into the back of the net. Sunderland 0, Everton 1.
That's a magnificent dribble from Njai. Absolutely outstanding. So positive, so direct, not looking to take his time and just play it back to the fullback. It was head down. It was, I'm going to trust my ability. Just little shook it to the left, shook it to the right, burst between 2 defenders, and then just when you need the composure, didn't snatch it, didn't take it too early, and just when Roos thought that the chance had gone, he just wrapped his left foot around it from the middle of the penalty area right into the corner, wrapped it round the defender. Roos no chance. What an outstanding run and finish from Njai.
Sunderland were appealing for a free kick. Referee waved play on, and Njai made the most of it. It's a great finish from him. It's his 4th Premier League goal of the campaign, and Everton lead here. David Moyes' return to the Stadium of Light gets off to a flying start. He stood on the edge of his technical area. His team has struggled for goals, but Iliman Njai capable of finishes like that. A quality finish for Everton, and they lead.
And that's the thing with Everton. If you do sit off them, they have got players with genuine quality. Njai, Grealish, Dewsbury Hall, quality players. And Njai showed every one of his attributes that he has there. Everything. Balance, dribbling, strength, awareness and finishing.
Yeah, and Sunderland from the restart goes straight back to Roos, who's closed down by Barry. Got the ball above him and deep towards the Everton penalty area, where Keane will head it powerfully away. Ballard just puts it back in the air. Sunderland rocked them, but they were behind at Chelsea last week, but managed to turn it round there, and they're behind at home here Only the third goal they've conceded at home in the Premier League this campaign. Ball now works its way down the Everton right, and Jai, the goal-scoring hero, turns, but he's given it away on halfway. But straight away he's in and wins it back. And again, Sunderland not happy that the referee hasn't blown his whistle. Now he has blown his whistle because there was a challenge there, and it wasn't a good one either. And it was a player who was fouled who's gone in on Garner, and there's going to be a big decision to be made here. It is going to be a yellow card. It was Siddiqui who felt he was fouled. He gets up and he flattens Garner, and Dean Ashton, he can have no complaints over that yellow card.
No, not one at all. He's just so frustrated that he didn't get the decision himself, then goes chasing after the ball with a little bit of anger. And as it was loose and away, he just then charges across towards Garner. He doesn't actually go stood showing, but he really upends him and follows through with the right foot to make sure that he goes down.
Silly in the end. Referee down there, and some of the Sunderland players just having a word there with their teammate, just saying, look, calm it down. Siddiqui's boiling, you can see. Mukiele's just gone across, giving him a pat on the back, said, look, calm it down. Regis Labrie will be unhappy with that. Well, it is Mukiele. Is he getting a booking as well? The referee's brandished another yellow card here. Not entirely sure what's happened. It was Siddiqui who lunged in, and now it's Mukiele who's having to be taken away from the official, and just a little bit of pandemonium ensuing here. And the referee, Tom Bramall, has got a bit of work on his hands.
Well, I'm not quite sure what Mukiele is remonstrating with the referee about. He didn't need to get involved at all.
Ball played forward, one on the edge of the box by Everton. Referees trying to let play go on here. There are a few challenges going in. Ball played forward now by Sunderland. Everton leading by 1-0 here, and Jai with a goal. And Sunderland fans just trying to encourage their team forward. Ball back with Bruce at the back. No chance for him with that goal for Njai, but warning for Sunderland. They're not going to have it all their own way tonight. So Mukiele did get booked for dissent, we understand, in the follow-up to that challenge from Siddiqui, who could have absolutely no complaints about his yellow card. Two players on a yellow early on then for Sunderland, who trail by 1-0.
Yeah, and just a bit of frustration, I think, because of the start of the game that they've had. They've allowed Everton the possession. They've been punished by a magnificent bit of play from Njai and a fantastic finish. And you talk about Bruce not even moving. I think if you can use the defender as an attacker to wrap the ball around, gives the goalkeeper such a difficult chance to see it, anticipate and get across.
I mentioned that Sunderland have had such a good start to the season. They're behind here early on, and now the roar, a rather sarcastic one from the Stadium of Light crowd, because Sunderland have finally got themselves a free kick on the edge of their own penalty area. The trail by 1-0. I mentioned that start they've had. Arsenal here at the weekend, then they've got Fulham, Bournemouth, Liverpool and Manchester City, so things are going to get serious for Sunderland. And it will be interesting how they respond here. Pickford has not had a lot to do on his return to the Stadium of Light in the Everton goal away to our left. Ball given away again at the back, and here's Garner advancing forward for Everton. Finds Barry, right side of the penalty area. Looks just to roll it back now into the path of O'Brien, but he'll go back towards halfway, and Everton patiently will build here. And Jai back to goal, 35 yards out. Finds Gay. He moves it wide now over on that far side. Mikalenko will find Grealish, who's got white paint on his boots as he cuts in towards the left-hand corner of the penalty area. Lays it off to Idrissa Gueye. He'll switch play towards this near side. Here's O'Brien. Plenty of black shirts in and around the penalty area for Everton, who lead by 1-0. Can they add to that lead? No. Defended well. The break potentially was on. Isidore had made a good run forward. but Siddiqui just held on to it. Lafay will play it back, and Ballard finds a nice pass. Now they're going forward here with Trey Hume, but he's given it away. A simple ball, Mikolenko intercepts it, and now going the other way. The game opening up. Here come Everton again, looking for a second goal. They'll play it wide. Dewsbury Hall will stand up the cross, and Jai slips and still wins a header while he's sat on the floor. Gets it away. Here's Idrissa Gueye, drop of the shoulder, gives it to Grealish. Grealish onto his right foot, shoots, hits the post, and away to safety. Dewsbury Hall will whip it straight back in. Sunderland on the ropes here, and they get a header, and it's going to go out for a throw, and Everton's so close.
Well, Sunderland incredibly sloppy, giving the ball away too many times, and Everton enjoying the football. Grealish absolutely brilliant on the edge of the box. I was thinking, go on, do something, because so often he just shimmies and then just passes it sideways. In that position, that's where he's got to come alive. He just faked as if he was going to curl it into the far corner, pulled it right across, through Xhaka's legs, on the outside of the post.
Long throwing into the edge of the box. It'll fall to Dewsbury Hall, who had time to get a shot away, but that was closed down. It was a poor header, attempted header by Ronaldo. Now the ball is just thumped forward for Isidore to chase. It'll be headed back by the covering Mikolenko, and Pickford will be on the ball now. Let's get half-time in the FA Cup tonight. Tamworth taking on Leyton Orient. Let's hear all about it with Ian Abrahams.
Tamworth 0, Leyton Orient 0. Tamworth with the best chances. Duku had the ball in the net inside 45 seconds, but it was cancelled out for offside. Bates just wide, and right near half-time, Moles had a header brilliantly saved by Cahill in the O's goal. At half-time, Tamworth 0, Leyton Orient 0.
Cheers, Ian. I'll go through the draw, I'm sure, at half-time. Ball now works its way on this near side. Fed forward by Sunderland. They trail by a goal to nil. Mukiele will get it out wide on that right-hand side. Ball played down the touchline. Here's Hume, who we saw getting forward in the opening few minutes. Oh, the ball given away. And there's Siddiqui, just turned his back on it. He wasn't expecting the ball. And Sunderland, not for the first time tonight, Dean Ashton, guilty of just giving the ball away willfully. And here now, forward comes Grealish and Everton. He's advancing towards the edge of the area. Dewsbury Hall looks to pull it back for Grealish. And Ballard will get a vital foot in. But Dean Ashton, Sunderland have got to respect the ball more than they are doing.
Oh, you can sense it within the stadium. The home fans not happy. That's too many times now. They've just cheaply given the ball away, given the confidence to Everton.
Well, there, Enzo Lafay has got the ball back to goal on the halfway line. He's gone for the first time pass. If he has a look over his shoulder there, he's got 20 yards of space to run into.
But it's incredible how it catches on, doesn't it? And as soon as you hear the one groan, it kind of catches the players and puts them on edge. And still they should be able to handle that at this level. It's been such a poor start from Sunderland, so sloppy, and actually Everton not used to having possession, really enjoying having it and making the most of it and starting to grow in confidence because of it.
Yeah, well, they've been given the ball in some really good areas, but they still lead 1-0. And Jai with a goal. Sunderland coming forward again. Ronaldo overruns it and gives it away again. Garner will pick it up for Everton, who are feasting on some poor balls from Sunderland at the moment. It's most unlike the Black Cats. Challenge on Njai, that'll be a foul. Free kick just over the halfway line, and Sunderland will have to retreat and defend again, trailing by a goal to nil.
And it's just starts to go against you. Every decision, there's a groan, there's a moan. As players, you've got to try and shut that out. There'll have been a plan. Can they get back to it, Sunderland? At the moment, they've been shaken.
A free kick. Garner's going to take it on this near side. David Moyes looking on. He'll be pleased, Moyes, with the response, beaten 3-0 at home to Tottenham Hotspur last week. Looking for a response here. They lead by a goal to nil. Garner looking to swing it in. Sunderland defending the edge of their 18-yard box. Again, the goalkeeper comes, and again, Roos collects. And now he'll look to get a counter going, and he punts the ball downfield. Isidore's after it. Pickford's come racing out, and he's going to have to deal with this Pickford, and he'll slam it high into the stand over on the far side for a throw into Sunderland.
Yeah, it was an excellent kick from Roos. Plucks it out the sky, and then on the side, winding volley all the way down, and played it outside the area, making Pickford come out and clear just into an area that Mukiele can put this long throw in.
Yeah, this is a chance. It's midway inside the Everton half. I mentioned Pickford's not had a lot to do. He might have something to do here. Ball's going to be propelled into the penalty area from the Sunderland right. They did offer a short option, but I think that's going to be flatly refused. There's a bit of wrestling here. Ballard and Gaya involved in a bit of wrestling. Referee's having a close look at that. Mukiele will eventually get the ball in. It goes near post. There's a bit of a push, and that is a push, and it's a foul on Mikolenko. And Sunderland, who've had very little ball down that end, Dean, have just got to be a little bit more disciplined.
Yes, they have. They've just allowed that frustration to creep into their own performances. That was a foul there. Hume just pushing Mikolenko, got in front of him. You would expect with their height, Everton, they should be able to cope with those long throws.
Yeah, it's currently Sunderland 0, Everton 1 for the latest odds head to Ladbrokes, where right now you can get Sunderland to win at 17-2. Everton wins 7-20. The draw 17-5. That's all thanks to Ladbrokes. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Ball forward from Everton is all the way through to Roos, who had no chance with a goal. It was a perfect finish from Illiman and Jai 15 minutes in, a curling left foot shot that found the corner of the net. He's dealt with a couple of crosses well at the other end. Oh, it's given away again. Here's Everton again. Barry on the attack, 25 yards out. Thought he was going to unleash one. Leaves it for Dewsbury Hall. He'll get the ball away to Garner. Now it goes left. Corner of the penalty box. Grealish whips in a ball. He's there at the far post, and somehow Barry has put that over. It's harder to miss and score. Dean Ashton slumps in his chair. That was a beautiful ball in, and Everton waste it.
You can't miss. I'm sorry, you can't miss those chances at this level. This is Premier League level. It's brilliant from Grealish. Once they lose the ball, Sunderland, again, they're not in the right positions. Ball played out towards Grealish, stands up, Mukiele just clips one to the back post. It's absolutely perfect for Barry. 4 yards out, just a simple side foot needed on the half volley. Again, big swing, big slash at it, hooks it up and over the crossbar. I'm sorry, that's unacceptable at this level.
Well, David Moyes, we've just seen a picture of him turned away in absolute disgust. Paid big money for the striker, and that was as good an opportunity as he's going to get in the Premier League.
I just can't believe in those positions strikers feel like they've got to smash it, as in you've got to rip the net off from 3 yards. You don't. It just needs to be passed into the back of the net, a half volley pass into the back of the net because of the quality of the ball.
Well, I'm looking at this. Regis Labrie, 28 and a half minutes in, will be thinking, we can't play any worse, and it's still only 1-0. That will be a big boost for them. Are Everton going to pay for these missed chances? Grealish hit the post with a shot from the edge of the box, and then really an open goal miss there from Barry. And Sunderland, who've been on the ropes in this first half, are advancing forward. You're live on Talksport, another huge weekend of football. Here's Lafay's got him down the left-hand side, puts in an early ball, it'll fall to the far post. It's missed by Traore, had a swing and a miss. And now Everton will look to break, and the break could be on, but Ballard slides in and must make tackle, and he does make it, and the ball goes all the way through to Pickford. Still 1-0 to Everton.
Yeah, only half a chance really for Traore. It's a good run from Lafay, clips it towards Traore, stretching. It was difficult skill sliding to try and get it on the half volley, and just completely misses it.
Yeah, it would have been a heck of a strike had he nailed it from there, but it's still 1-0, and Sunderland will feel, well, it is still only 1-0, they're more than a chance here. Ball now works its way out on this near side to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Idrissa Gueye. Just walks over the halfway line. Everton have been decent, but they've been wasteful. They maybe should have added to their one goal already here on Talksport. And the 3 games live tomorrow from the Champions League and the Championship. If you've got the Talksport app, you'll not miss any of the action. You can swipe left and right between the 2 stations and all our sister stations. Here's Grealish just wandering across the field. Lays it off to Gay, 30 yards out from goal. Just has to turn. He'll go back now. Tarkowski will look just to feed it across to Keane. Everybody back inside the Sunderland half, and Sunderland are defending again. Ball out wide on the left. They had the option to whip in across there, Mikolenko. He gets it to Dewsbury Hall, who's really made some good runs down that left-hand channel. He finds Grealish, back to goal, will poke it out wide on the Everton left again. Back to Grealish it goes. O'Brien's just wandered towards the edge of the box, the fullback hoping for a cross in. Dewsbury Hall tried to give and go with Grealish, but overcook the pass, and Sunderland will bring it forward. Poor challenge from Barry. That might draw a yellow card. It will. A sliding effort there, and that was maybe a frustrated centre forward mistiming the tackle and getting a yellow card.
Yeah, I think so, but also I just think wanting to try and work hard and do his bit for the team. Just got it wrong, slid in, gets a yellow card. Just to add, I think, to the first half that he's had, it's in your mind now. That's what he'll be thinking about. Won't be able to get it out as much as you want to try. He'll be going over and over it in his mind, how he missed that opportunity.
Yeah, it did look easier to score, but they're all easy from up here in this vantage point right at the back of the main stand at the Stadium of Light.
No, that was easy.
I can't say that, though. You can.
You actually can.
Sunderland have it. 23 years old, Tierno Barry signed from Villarreal, where he did score goals, as he did at Basel as well, but this is a step up for him, and that was a big chance missed on his 10th Premier League appearance for Everton. I just think Sunderland are just starting to get a little bit more ball up the field. They're not necessarily doing a great deal with it yet, but they are at least playing in Everton's half a little bit more. Ballard will get it away. Now he gets it back. Dan Ballard, he'll feed it forward. Here's Enzo Lafay dropping deep. Isidore makes a run forward. Ball laid off here. Now Xhaka will bring it forward. He's looking at his options. There's not a great deal of movement, but he fires a nice ball out wide. Ronaldo, did he keep it in? I'm not sure he did. Linesman on the near side said carry on, and then O'Brien, well, Ronaldo's gone down clutching his face. Not sure there was a lot in it. The referee certainly said there was nothing in it.
There was definitely an arm backwards to try and shield the ball. It was just how dynamic that arm was thrown towards Ronaldo, who obviously has gone down holding his face. But O'Brien just gets his body in and then goes to shield the ball, puts his arm across. He does catch him in the face, but it definitely wasn't thrown. It was more placed, I think, catching just a little bit of the chin.
Yeah, there was contact, but nothing serious, and the referee has shown he's happy to let the players make contact and get stuck in. 1-0 if you've just joined us. Everton leading Iliman Ndiaye on 15 minutes. Wonderful individual goal after some pretty lacklustre defending from Sunderland. He wandered past a couple of would-be tacklers and curled in a beautiful shot from just inside the penalty area. Forward goes Dewsbury Hall. He's having a good game tonight for Everton. Ball played forward by Sunderland. Cleared away acrobatically, and Ndiaye can't keep it in. He'll go out for a throw-in. What do you think Regis Labrie have made of this opening 33 minutes?
He'll probably feel, certainly they've given Everton too much respect, allowing the likes of Grealish, Dewsbury Hall and Ndiaye to get on the ball as much as they have done and start to dictate the play when you're playing a team that's lost its last two and isn't exactly firing in front of goal. You've given them the confidence to do that. So we'll be thinking my team needs to get higher up the pitch for a start.
Well, there's a chance for them to attack now. The ball being brought forward. Xhaka over halfway, gets it out on that Sunderland right-hand side. Mukiele now with a chance to advance, but a good tackle from Gay, just slid in and took it off him. Xhaka wins it straight back, 30 yards out from goal. Here now is Siddiqui. He'll move it wide. Ronaldo on this near side. He just turns back in field, and Sunderland will build here as now they skip forward just outside the edge of the centre circle. Xhaka has it again. Everton happy to sit back. Ball will work its way on the near side to Siddiqui, who just feeds it into the edge of the penalty area. Time to turn now. Can Lafay whip in a ball from this left-hand side? He'll ease it towards the edge of the box. Cross comes in. It's deflected up in the air. It'll fall on the volley. And a chance there. It'll fall edge of the area. It's cleared away from Xhaka. Did Ballard a bit of a nudge in the back? No, referee says play on. Sunderland keep it. And Sunderland will just wander forward here. Their best spell of the game. Can they turn it into an equaliser? Wide on the right-hand side they are. Cross comes in towards the far post. Lafay arriving late. Cleared away. It'll fall to Siddiqui. Maybe should have hit it. He will be hit first time. Look, Sherelle Gertruda. His volley just over the top. But finally something for the Red and Whites to get stuck into here at the Stadium of Light.
Yeah, and finally a decent strike from one of the Sunderland players. Traore again with the opportunity early on as it fell out the sky. Just tried to side foot it into the ground and into the defender in front of him. They kept it alive. They kept the pressure on as it fell to Gertruda on the edge of the area. He just tried to dip that in under Pickford's crossbar and was probably 3 yards over the top.
Yeah, Pickford told to get on with it here. You are listening to Sunderland against Everton on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car, whatever it is, they're here for it. Well, Pickford has been given a warning here. The referee said, look, Hold is watching the air, if you like, to say, look, I'm aware of it, I'll deal with it. Ball hooked forward here. Isidore's going to give chase. He was just on the back foot there, and Tarkowski will go back to Pickford, who thumps it downfield. That should be one bounce all the way through to the keeper. It is keeper to keeper here. It's still 1-0, and we've got just under 9 to go to the break, live on Talksport.
And we've seen enough long passes now to realise that there's enough in the amount of wind that's down there at pitch level. Just a couple of times now Pickford's long balls have just held up slightly, and that was one of those moments where you just thought, is Njai going to get in front of Roos, but it went all the way through.
Here's Lefay, not seen much of him. You know, he's a good technician when he gets the opportunity in and around the box. Here comes Ballard over halfway. Sunderland chasing an equaliser, and that latest spell has just raised morale in the Stadium of Light. Now the ball works out wide on the right. Now there's a chance here. Hume puts the cross in, looking for Isidore. It's Garner. They appeal the fans more than the players for handball. Not sure Garner would have known an awful lot about that, and the referee waves play on. But Sunderland are just starting to find a couple of gaps here now, as they have it wide on their left-hand side. Siddiqui will get it back across, and Ballard again will advance forward. He'll feed it wide on that right-hand side, looking now to whip a ball in possibly here. 25 yards out from goal. They've wandered all the way across. Here's Siddiqui again, almost waiting for someone to pull the trigger or find that killer pass. Ballard will feed it out. It is a good ball wide on the right-hand side. Hume peels off, but they go to the byline here. Drilled into the 6-yard box. Keane will clear it away, but better from Sunderland.
Much better, looking for the spare man out wide when they can. It was Traore that time that did brilliantly to check onto his right foot, but then just didn't get his head up. Just flashed it across where there wasn't a Sunderland player, rather than picking someone out.
Yeah, here now goes Gertruda, looks for the give and go on the edge of the area. Ronaldo gets it back. Here's Xhaka. Xhaka will feed it to his right-hand side. Mukiele looking maybe to slide one into the edge of the box. It's laid off here. Could be a chance for the shot. Lefay on the edge of the knee. Pokes it through. Chance. Isidore got the shot, and it was blocked. He tried to flick it past the defender, but much better football from Sunderland. They trail by a goal to 0, and they've conceded a throw-in. They're furious down that part. They thought that had come off an Everton man, but best we've seen from Sunderland.
Yeah, terrific football, wasn't it? Xhaka with the fake shot, looking to strike with his left foot, played it into Enzo Lefay on his back foot. He just slipped it through as Tarkowski came diving out. Isidore's got to realise he's got to check his shoulder. He's got to know that Keane is going to be there if he takes a touch. It needed just to be swivel, shoot, without taking that touch. As soon as he took a touch, Keane was there to block.
He was. Here's Lefay down the left-hand side in a bit of a wrestling match with Njai. Njai comes away with it. Hits it to Idrissa Gueye. Njai under pressure here has done really well to maintain possession, the goal scorer. And it's not long for barriers. In a bit of a wrestling match there with Gertruda, who comes up with the ball but then loses out to Gueye. Ballard couldn't get there. It's played forward to Gueye, edge of the box, and the ball put out for a corner, but I think it will be a foul, because in his desperation to win it, Gueye stuck a leg out and just caught the Sunderland covering defender. It wasn't a particularly nice challenge, but it was an honest one.
Yeah, just diving in, wasn't he? He didn't quite see as he came across. It was good, industrious work from Barry just to keep the ball alive. And then Idrissa Gueye just following up. Probably might have been offside, as Barry, as he was falling, just played it through. And he definitely caught Mukiele as he came across. It was really good positioning from the defender.
Yeah, he did well. Celebrated his birthday at the weekend. He would have been hoping to celebrate with a win, but at the moment, Sunderland 0, Everton 1. Iliman Njai, 4th Premier League goal of the season, a cracker as well, to give Everton the lead here. Everton was so good they could and should have had a second goal. Grealish hit the upright. Barry missed an open goal from inside the 6-yard box, and Isidore's trying to race onto a pass, but Pickford is out quickly, and Pickford starting to see more of the ball, but yet to be seriously tested.
Yeah, and they're being caught out by Trey Hume's positioning. He's just in between being a wing back and a midfielder, just planting himself in that position, not being picked up. They can play it into him and then overload Everton.
A couple of really good sliding challenges there, one of them from Xhaka after good work from Ronaldo. Here's Xhaka on the turn on halfway. Sunderland with 4 minutes remaining in this first half, looking to get an equaliser. Here's Hume now, beautiful ball back here, chance for the shot. Mukiele's effort blocked edge of the box. Everton will try and counter, but Jack is in there again and he wins the free kick. Pressure's starting to mount for Sunderland. They take it quickly. Traore edge of the area, he's got past two. Can he get a shot away? No, he can't. Great defending from Keane in the end, but magnificent footwork there from Traore. Almost a chance for Sunderland.
Oh, that was just so good from Traore. The footwork basically did the Lombarda between two defenders. Absolutely magnificent, but then have the shot. Don't take the extra man on, just smash it from there.
Sunderland are knocking at the Everton door. Everton leading by a 1-0. Goal inside 15 minutes. We mentioned they've had chances. Are they going to be made to pay for those wasted opportunities? Sunderland certainly growing into the game now. Ballard feeds it wide. Here is Traore again. Mukiele on the overlap. Traore goes past one, lays it to Mukiele. He's got Xhaka inside. Instead of go back to Ballard, Ballard will move it along here to Gertruda, who has it and gets it to Enzo Lefebvre. Sunderland starting to move Everton about a bit here, looking to try and prize them open. Again, Sunderland man goes to ground. Again, the referee's having none of it. And again, frustration for Sunderland. It's the throw into Everton. 3 to go to the break on Talksport. Sunderland 0, Everton 1.
And I know they're frustrated, but Thomas Bramall, the referee, actually I think he's done a very good job in making sure he doesn't just fall for players that there's a tiny touch and they just fall over, hoping they're going to get the free kick. I think that's what we want to see stamped out of the game, and this referee's done a very good job of it.
He has. Great start to the week here on Talksport. Monday Night Live in the Premier League. Live and exclusive on Talksport. Got 3 commentaries to come Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday as well. The live football continuing thick and fast. Sunderland whipping the ball in. Cleared away Mikolenko, and Sunderland will let it roll out. They want to throw in, a long throw in from that far side. A couple of minutes to go in the first half. Tomorrow, Slavia Prague, Arsenal, 5:45. Spurs against Copenhagen at 8 o'clock. And Coventry, Sheffield United, 8 o'clock tomorrow. 3 games. You've got the app, you'll not miss any of the action across the Talksport network. Long throw and another chance here for Sunderland. Bit of a hush around the stadium of light as the ball is launched in towards the 6-yard box. It's headed away well by Keane. Out to the throw-in taker who whips in a good-looking ball. Ballard forward with a header. He's up towards the line, but somehow Everton survive for now. Lefebvre puts it back in. Pickford scrambles away. Traore hooks the ball towards goal and it's sliced away. It looks certain that Sunderland were going to equalise, but Everton survive.
Well, he really did wrap his foot around that cross, Mukiele, and it really hung up, and I think that's what Ballard struggled with. Just held in the air slightly, just mistimed it as he was diving towards it, and there was too many Everton players there for Isidore to get the strike on properly as it almost fell, and Ronaldo had a swing at it as well, and Keane put his head in bravely. Almost fell there for Sunderland.
We're going to be having a couple of minutes at least added on. We're into the final of the 45 now. Sunderland in the hectic build-up there were caught offside. Ball played forward. Now the referee has stopped play here because there's an Everton player gone down and the Sunderland player's gone across. I think it's Gay that's gone down. He's saying he was elbowed, but I think it's Granit Xhaka that stood over him, making sure he's okay here. It is Idrissa Gay who's down on the halfway line. I think Everton at the moment, Dean, will be delighted to hear that half-time whistle.
Oh, I would expect so. They've really gone back into their shells, Everton, actually, and allowing Sunderland to get a bit of momentum towards the end of the half. Everton used to defending without the ball, of course, but still probably didn't need to be as deep as they have done. He'll just be frustrated, David Moyes, that they didn't get that second goal when they had the opportunity.
It is 2 added on minutes here. Free kick right on the centre circle for Everton. Ball not long towards Barry. Keeper thought about Cummings, stayed back this time. He's been pretty good, but his decision making there was right as Sunderland hooked the ball away deep inside the Everton half, and the ball knocked back. That's not a good back pass from Tarkowski. Pickford's in a bit of trouble, keeps it in down by the corner flag, knocks it long towards the halfway line. It's headed away by Sunderland, but Everton will be happy just to get this down and allow their goalkeeper to get back in front of his own goal. Tarkowski didn't do his teammate any favours there.
No, he didn't. I thought Pickford took a bit of a risk, really, to try and hit that down the line rather than just playing it out and getting back in his goal. But did well in the end to keep calm.
Yeah, Sunderland have it on halfway. Hume looked like he'd taken it away from Traore, but Traore does well to get it. Xhaka's surrounded by black shirts. They played one of the minimum 2 added on minutes. Everton lead by 1-0 here, but been a game of 2 halves. It was all Everton early on, but Sunderland have grown into it, but haven't found an equaliser yet. Ball played forward, was flicked away. Siddiqui had that, and it was Ronaldo's just taken it straight off him, and it's headed all the way through to Pickford.
Yeah, and there's been some frustration, hasn't there, from the home support because of those miscommunications, sloppy passing in this first half from this Sunderland side. But as you mentioned earlier, still only 1-0. Couldn't be much worse, particularly in their performance.
Just a bit of hesitation from the long ball forward from Sunderland. Mukiele will clear it up towards halfway, but it's won back here. Grealish finds Garner. Is there a late twist in the tail at the Stadium of Light first half? Sunderland step in and smother the danger. We are now just seconds away, surely, from the half-time whistle. Xhaka will look to go forward. Tries to feed it into midfield. That'll be a free kick on halfway. Sunderland are going to get one last chance to throw it forward from the halfway line. In fact, the referee has blown for half-time here, so Siddiqui stays down. He'll have to make his way from the field. Everton in front inside 15 minutes. Iliman Ndiaye, after some weak defending, weaved his way beautifully through a couple of would-be tacklers and then stood up the keeper Roos and curled it past him into the far corner to give Everton the lead. His 4th Premier League goal of the season. They hit the post shortly after. Jack Grealish shot from the edge of the box, had the keeper beaten, but cannon back off the bottom of the woodwork. And then a miss of the season from Tierno Barry, still awaiting his first Everton goal. He won't get a better chance than this. Ball swung in from the far side. There he was, 4 yards out, and he volleyed it on the half volley over the top. Sunderland grew into it. Ballard's late header, the nearest they got. At the break, Sunderland 0, Everton 1.
Well, for half an hour, Sunderland made Everton look like prime Barcelona. Garner flashing that shot just wide after 8 seconds. Brilliant solo goal from Iliman Ndiaye. Barry missed the sitter. Grealish hit the post. The referee and the officials being booed off the field. Totally sure they thoroughly deserve that. But let's talk about the goal, Dean Ashton, from Iliman Ndiaye. That is something very special, isn't it?
Wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, just that positivity and then the quality to burst through players, both with great footwork to start with and then with strength and desire to get beyond the 2 defenders, shifting it onto his left foot and then taking his time to pick the perfect moment to use the defender and just wrap it round the defender. And it just means that Roos can't see when he's going to strike it and the direction, and because of the power and accuracy into that far corner, the goalkeeper had no chance. So everything about the run and finish couldn't have been more perfect, really, in its execution and the timing of it.
Sunderland, for that first half hour, messier than a night out with Mickey Gray. I mean, it was a shambles, really. It was like they'd started to believe their own hype. And they looked like that League One side that I saw get battered at Bolton 6-0. They looked truly terrible, looked like strangers, looked like a load of new signings thrown together. And then suddenly it clicked, and after 30-35 minutes, they were completely in control of the game.
But I just don't understand the negative approach that they had at the start of the game. To sit right back, to allow Everton and their quality players to get confidence and have the ball. This is a team that aren't exactly free-flowing and scoring lots of goals at the moment. So it really surprised me that they had that negative attitude, and actually that fed into then their play that was pretty negative and started to give the ball away, and it just spread throughout the team and throughout the stadium. And it took them, like you say, 35 minutes to kind of get over that and right themselves and get on the ball and show a bit of quality.
What it all means is that we should have a really brilliant second half, because Sunderland will be getting a rollicking, I would think, right now. They'll show more of what they showed in that last 10 minutes of the first half. But you said something in commentary, and you're absolutely bang on. Everton have got some very good players. It's just the inconsistency that's infuriating with those players. Grealish, for example, 4 assists. He's Premier League Player of the Month in August, and no assists in September and October, just 1 goal to show for it. But we know he can be brilliant, and Jai can be brilliant. We've seen it tonight, but doesn't do it on a regular basis. Dewsbury Hall has got it in him, but doesn't do it on a regular basis. That must be so frustrating for David Moyes.
Yeah, of course. It's frustrating for everybody, and we're not Everton supporters watching those talented players that you think and know can produce the quality in every game, and games and 20 minutes and 30 minutes just drift by without them having an impact on the game. And obviously Sunderland in that first 20-25 minutes gave them the ball, allowed those players to have a bit of freedom, and you started to see Grealish enjoy himself and Dewsbury Hall. But what about when it's tough? That's when Everton and David Moyes really need those players to step forwards even further, to say, actually, this is tough now, give me the ball again, let me really show that I've got the quality. And that's probably the thing that's been missing, I guess. Yeah, Mark Naldi in commentary, only 1-0, so we're all set. It's well poised for what should be a very interesting second half, live and exclusive on Talksport. We'll have more thoughts on that first half very shortly. Sunderland 0, Everton 1, second half to come on Talksport. After some bombshell revelations in her new book, All In, which is out this week, England's 2022 Euros winning goalkeeper Mary Earps joined Leanne Sanderson on Talksport's women's football show this evening. The newspaper headlines this weekend have been about Earps alleging Hannah Hampton was disruptive, and when Hampton got picked as number one, Mary felt it was bad behaviour being rewarded, and she opened up about the breakdown of the relationship between herself and the England manager Sarina Wiegman. Leanne and Mary tackled the headlines head on.
I'm not upset that people have opinions on the book. That's totally allowed. I think it's because I just feel like it's got really distorted, and because of the way things have been reported, it's made it sound like I've been coming for certain people, and genuinely, I've done so many pre-recorded interviews as well, which are now just going to look, and people are just going to say they look ridiculous, because I have said throughout how much respect I have for Sarina, and how I think Hannah's such a great goalkeeper, and what an amazing summer they all had together, and what an incredible job Sarina, Hannah and the whole team did. And I think that's just really challenging, because I feel like all of that has been totally lost.
Well, Mary Earps there live on Talksport earlier, and I've got to say that, listen, there's stuff in the book. She's written it in the book. It's there. Nobody's making it up. The stuff is there, but she has her say after all those headlines at the weekend, and the headlines were because of extracts from Mary Earps' book. It's a brilliant interview. Leanna's absolutely nailed it. Mary Earps on the Women's Football Show on Talksport 2 this evening. It was on earlier, but you can listen back via the Talksport app on catch-up, or listen to it as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. The show with the Mary Earps interview will be on Talksport 2 again tonight at 11 p.m. and again at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, Talksport 2.
Kick off on Talksport with Ladbrokes. 18plusgambleaware.org.
We all fantasize about our perfect home, watching the big game cozied up in the snug.
Another 7-0 win!
Balmy summer nights with the kids playing on the lawn.
We're playing real-life football!
But come on, this isn't real. Listen, if you're serious about making your fantasy a reality, find out what your home is worth instantly with a free online valuation estimate. Get real about moving. Get on the market. Most common time to obtain an online quote between 1st of April 2024 and 30th of June 2024 was under 3 minutes. Excludes Northern Ireland.
It's another day at Screwfix, and Sir Mo Farah is still getting to grips with things.
So, Mo, with Sprint Delivery, we get the order to them in as little as 20 minutes. Okay? Mo? Mo?
Done. He was on the 18th floor.
Nice work. But, you know we use delivery riders, right?
Oh, now you tell me.
Sprint it in as little as 20 minutes. Screwfix. No stopping you. Conditions and geographical restrictions apply.
Same.
Ho, ho, ho!
Same.
3, 2, 1, hey!
Same.
Oh, thanks.
Same.
What does Santa call his dog?
Same. Same.
One word. 3 syllables.
Same. Same.
Sorry, it's a bit dry.
New plates.
Ooh.
Treat your table to something different this Christmas. Visit your local IKEA now. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
Incredible scenes here at the Village Hotel's Pub and Grill. Fans are taking their place in the fan zone with stadium-style seating, amazing views on huge screens, and we're underway. Lovely bit of dribbling there as she tackles the burger stack. Now they're getting down the wings. Sticky barbecue. Unbelievable. Oh, and he's hit the bar. And it's there. His favourite ice-cold beer. What a result. Catch every game live in the pub and grill at Village. Get in. Find out more at villagehotels.com.
Hi, just leaving work now. Sorry it's a bit loud. Basically, so I was thinking we could get Mackey's tonight. Had a Big Mac on my mind all day, and delivery fee on the app is now from 99p. So, you in? Of course you are. Love you. Bye.
Exclusively on the McDonald's app. 18 plus. Service fee and small order fee may apply. Participating restaurants. Serving times and T's and C's apply.
The season's in full swing and it's action-packed. Make sure you're all over it with the Sun's free pull-out goals. With expert opinion and tactical analysis, you get it all with goals. And with unrivaled news from the Premier League to League Two, it has to be goals. Stay up to date on all the latest football action. Get your free copy of Goals every Saturday, Sunday and Monday, only in the Sun.
He's having a blinder. He's clipped the post. He's looking formidable. Then...
substitution.
His game might be over, but yours isn't. With Betfair's Safe Sub, your bet simply rolls onto the player coming on. Playing a different league with Betfair.
Valid on selected leagues and markets only. Applies to singles, multiples and bet builder bets on qualified player outcome selections. Does not apply to odds boost. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Kick off live on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
The football animal is alive. Kick off live on Talksport.
We're going to hear from Thomas Frank, Tottenham manager, very shortly ahead of their Champions League game live on Talksport later this week. Everton lead 1-0 here at Sunderland. Let's get the half-time odds with Ladbrokes.
Odds update on Talksport with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week of the season and a big boost every day. That's Ladisfaction. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Well, Sunderland 1 down, and right now you can get Sunderland to win at 9-1. The draw is 3-1, and Everton to win is 11-4 on. Jack Grealish to score any time was 13-2, now boosted to 7-1. He hit the post first half. That's the latest odds with Ladbrokes 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Odds update on Talksport with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week of the season and a big boost every day. That's Ladisfaction. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Well, let's catch up with the FA Cup tie that's on tonight at Tamworth. Ian Abrahams.
Tamworth 0, Leyton Orient 0, the best part of 45 places between these two in the pyramid, but at the moment nothing to choose between them on the pitch. In fact, the best chance of the entire game, apart from the goal Tamworth had disallowed in the opening minute, was from Moles ahead of just before half time. That Cahill did really well to claw away in the Leyton Orient goal. The second half's been a lot more bitty, with balls being pumped upfield one way and then the other. Looks like we might be heading towards extra time here. Just over 20 minutes left. Tamworth 0, Leyton Orient 0.
And Tamworth, who ran Tottenham so close last season, live on Talksport. It's a fantastic afternoon at the Lamb Ground. Tomorrow evening, Talksport brings you live commentary of Spurs against Copenhagen. And ahead of the game, manager Thomas Frank has been discussing the fans' frustrations about them being poor when they're attacking.
Few fans, I guess we have quite a few fans out there, so I guess the one who write on social media. I'm not on social media. Very aware that we haven't been free-floating in some games. I think there's been definitely moments where it's been quite good. So something we work very hard on every single day. I think it's fair to say that every team I've managed, we've been able to score a lot of goals. Also a Brentford team with, how can we say, less on the paper, lesser players. Creating a lot of top goal scorers, and convinced we'll do the same again here. Also think it's fair to say that we are working very hard on it. We are having players that do everything they can to, and it's my job together with the coaches to make sure they hit good relations and good structure and be confident.
There you go, Thomas Frank, the Spurs manager, and we've got live commentary of Spurs against Copenhagen tomorrow from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The former Tottenham midfielder Danny Murphy will be on commentary with Jim Proudfoot. But Dean Ashton, their home record is absolutely diabolical. What did you make of that incident at the end of the game against Chelsea at the weekend, where Thomas Frank seems to go over to Jed Spence and Mickey van der Ven? Now, they don't really acknowledge him. He's basically telling them to go to the fans. Thomas Frank came out and said that, there's a media angle on it. What a load of old rubbish that is. I mean, what do you make of that? From a player's point of view, were they wrong to do what they did?
I had a real good think about this, actually, and I can't tell you what a unique job being a footballer is and an environment that it is, in that you can have a right strop, you can be moody, you can be nasty, you can tell somebody else exactly what you think of them, and then it's okay. And we are very highly strung as players. That looked to me as if they were just so annoyed with something, whether it was the defensive structure, whether it was mistakes that were made, whether it was the strikers, whether it was the manager, and they were just basically in a mood because of it. And sometimes you can't control that as a manager, or that's what we're like. We wouldn't have an industry where I would come in to the media and tell you straight away what I thought of your performance and tell you in a nasty way and you be okay about it. That's what football is. It's such a strange industry where everybody says what they really think most of the time, and it's quite nasty and you've got to deal with it. So that's how I saw it.
Very interesting. And interesting to see the response from Spurs as well tomorrow night, live on Talksport. The show comes to you live from Anfield, where Liverpool take on Real Madrid. I can't wait to be there for that game. Iliman Ndiaye has scored 3 Premier League goals before tonight. They come in all 3 of Everton's wins. Is he about to keep that record up? His solo stunner. The difference so far, Sunderland 0, Everton 1. Second half on Talksport about to get underway with former England striker Dean Ashton alongside your commentator on Talksport, Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Adrian. Both teams out for the second half. No changes from either as we get underway. Sunderland in the red and white stripes going from left to right, as they like to do here at the Stadium of Light, as Roos knocks the ball long and Jai, the goal scorer, will head it away. And now the ball headed forward, and there's work to do to get it back to Roos for the Sunderland side, who have Roos in goal. It is a back 5. Hume, Mukiele, Ballard, Gertruda and Ronaldo across the middle of the face. Sadiki, Xhaka and Traore, and Wilson Isidore up top. And Isidore is chasing a ball into the penalty area now. He's going to bring it down, tries to feed it back, which he does. Here's Xhaka, 30 yards out from goal, feeds it Lafay, works his way to the edge of the box. Nobody tackles him, trying to get the shot away and get it back as well. Lays it to the edge of the box. Xhaka deflection and in! Goal within 44 seconds of the second half, and it's Granit Xhaka, captain, fantastic, lashes it in. It takes a huge deflection, but what a start for Sunderland. Sunderland 1, Everton 1.
Well, he may be the concert conductor at times, Granit Xhaka, but he's got a hammer on the end of his baton on the edge of the area. It's a brilliant start to the second half for Sunderland, and it just keeps loose from Enzo Lafay. He tried to poke it into the far corner. As it then fell to him again, he just laid it to the edge of the area, and Granit Xhaka just powers his left foot through the back of the ball. I think it was Tarkowski who was just stood there, flicked out a leg. It took a wicked deflection and past Pickford, underside of the bar and in. But just the response Enzo wanted, and a brilliant strike from Xhaka.
Yeah, it's taken a huge deflection. The goal stands. We're all level at 1-1 here at the Stadium of Light. What a start for Sunderland. Some of the fans not back in their seats yet. What have Everton got by way of response? They have it now with Idrissa Gueye on halfway. Just seen Regis Labrie leapt out of his seat on the replay. What a moment for him. What a moment for Sunderland. Ball headed back by Hume, back to his goalkeeper. Let me give you the Everton lineup. Didn't have time before the equaliser. Pickford in goal, O'Brien, Tarkowski, Keane and Mikolenko at the back. Gay and Garner holding, and Jai, Dewsbury Hall and Grealish behind Barry, who's leading the line. We asked the question, Dean, would Everton pay for those missed chances? Well, Sunderland have come out and levelled up straight away.
Yeah, of course you'd expect a response, but to equalise so early, get this crowd back up again, I think was a real bonus. And it must be the bane of goalkeepers' lives, which is defenders just dangling a leg out to try and keep it out, when Pickford would have just saved that quite simply at his feet. Tarkowski just stands a leg out and it goes past him.
Yeah, he was down ready, wasn't he, Pickford? Now the question is, can Sunderland go on again? Here they have it down there, left-hand side. They'll feed it infield now. Good work there. Here's Xhaka, gets it away. Another shot deflected. Oh, Pickford beats it away. He was going one way, the ball went the other, and he claws it away, and it's a corner for Sunderland.
Outstanding reactions from Pickford. Again, it's a horrible deflection for him. Enzo Lefebvre with a great strike. It hits Isidore, actually, on the underside of his elbow. I think it is. Pickford going the wrong way, flicks up a left hand to pat away.
Any more of a deflection, that was in. Sunderland looking to nudge in front. Corner going to be swung in. The Stadium of Light is a stadium of noise right now. Ball swung into the 6-yard box. It's headed away, far post, it'll fall. Hume will head it back in. It's headed further forward. There's a chance here at the far post. Shot comes in, it's blocked. Everybody's appealing for handball. Referee doesn't blow his whistle, and eventually it's cleared away. But I think the offside flag saves Everton anyway. 1-1.
I think so. They just again kept it alive in there. Trey Hume with a really clever header just to pop it back into a crowded area. As it was nodded down, Isidore handballs it. He actually claims for a handball, and it was himself in the end. But what a start, what energy from Sunderland at the start of the second half. Exactly what you would have expected. Everton not quite ready for it.
Pickford will clear his lines. Great save it was when he was down on the floor. Managed to claw it away. Dream start to the second half for Sunderland, unbeaten here in the Premier League since their return. Here now is Hume, just inside his own half, just hangs onto it and lays it off. And it remains 1-1 here. You're live on Talksport. We mentioned 9 live commentaries across the next 3 days. Hopefully they'll be as exciting as this one has been so far. Hume skips across. Dewsbury Hall beat him to it. Ball given away, but I think there was a tug on the back of Dewsbury Hall's shirt. And that'll be a free kick to Everton. Well, whatever David Moyes said at half-time, gone out of the window already, Dean.
Yeah, he'll be frustrated, of course, with the wicked deflection and the energy that has given the Sunderland side and the stadium. It's about getting back to what they were at the start, which is having that confidence when they actually have the ball.
Oh, it's a chance there for Traore to play it forward after Pickford's clearance was cleared away. Now Everton looking to break, and Jai down there right hand side lays it back to Gay. He's over the halfway line, wanders infield. He's got no one closing him down, so he'll square it away on this near side to Mikolenko. He will find Jack Grealish. Grealish just wanders infield onto his right foot. Little back heel now. They'll feed it out wide on the left. Mikolenko, 25 yards out from the corner flag, finds Garner. Everton just happy, you feel, at the minute to have possession of the ball. It's been a whirlwind start, and much of it's been down their end of the field. The lead evaporated within 45 seconds of the restart. Keane gets it away. Here now a chance for Tarkowski to wander forward. He'll get it away on that far side. Everton just keeping the ball. Sunderland have dropped back. They're happy to let Everton have it here. The away side looking to re-establish that lead. Ball from Barry out wide to Njai. Njai steps back, goes back to halfway, and Everton's patient build-up will go all the way back to Pickford inside his own half. He'll have a touch. He waits for things to open up. Feeds it to Keane. I'm not sure wanted it in that position, and he's lost it, but then wins it back. He's actually done really well, Keane. Rode a challenge, but they've lost the ball, and now the break could be on. Siddiqui through the centre circle. Looks up, he had options to his left. He comes back, pirouettes, and will keep the ball, and gets it away now to Getruda, who goes back. It's Harem Scarum at the minute.
Yeah, but all of a sudden it's Everton that look a little bit edgy when they have possession of the ball. And the intensity out of possession from Sunderland is much better already in this half. It was towards the end of the first half. To test this Everton team that won't be confident after the last couple of results.
Well, Sunderland levelled up. They trailed at half-time. They're in front. And now they're looking to build on that. 3 wins from 4 here in the Premier League. Little turn edge of the box. Dewsbury Hall tried to win it back. Ball with the outside of the boot. Finds Traore on the right for Sunderland. Traore goes one way, lays it back. Mukiele will stand up, a good-looking cross. Nobody at the far post to attack it. Everton will clear it, but Barry's lost it. Xhaka's picked his pocket, and Xhaka now will just feed the ball out wide on the Sunderland left. And all of a sudden, it's Sunderland who are winning all the 50-50s. Little turn edge of the box, and Lafay couldn't control it, and now Everton will wander out, but they've given it away again. And now Lafay picks it back up, finds Traore, right hand side of the penalty area, looks to go one way again, cuts back onto his right foot, thought he had a chance for the cross, onto his left foot, tried to feed it. It'll fall to Mukiele, 25 yards out. He stands on the ball, I think. He falls over, Dewsbury Hall takes it off him, and Everton will come forward again, but they're outnumbered. Oh, that was a strong challenge from Hume, and that was a poor challenge on Grealish, who goes down, and I think there might be a card coming here. That wasn't a nice tackle from Trey Hume, and he goes into the book, the fourth player into the book tonight.
Yeah, just too quick, Grealish there. Just poked it away from Hume, who was sliding in. Grealish made the most of it, and then suddenly when he had a word in his ear from Mukiele, he just stood up, and actually he's okay.
He is. 1-1 here. We've had a goal in the FA Cup tie. Tamworth against Leyton Orient. Which way has it gone? Ian Abrahams.
Goal has gone to Leyton Orient. Tamworth 0, Leyton Orient 1. 11 minutes to go, and the Leyton Orient skipper Omar Beckles has put the O's in front. We've got just over 10 minutes left here at the Lamb. It's Tamworth 0, Leyton Orient 1.
Cheers, Ian. We're about to see the first change of the night here, and it's Beto who is about to come on. He's stripped and ready to go, but they've got a free kick, Everton, and David Moyes has just said to the official, we'll just hang on a moment or so. Pickford is going to take the free kick. He'll knock it long towards the edge of the Sunderland box. Won by Everton. Ball loops up towards the near side. Grealish up against Hume. Hume's trying to watch this go out. Grealish has kept it in. Grealish goes to the ground again. He wanted a free kick, doesn't get one. Gets back up. Now he goes to the ground, and now we get a free kick. That was a crunching tackle going in there from Xhaka, and this is going to be a set piece in a decent position for Everton.
Grealish actually gets better when you start to try and kick him. I do. I really feel like he gets better, and he actually starts to wind the opposition up because of that. And there's Xhaka wiring into Grealish, who again was just too clever, too cute with his movement.
Nearly 10 gone in the second half here. You're live on Talksport. Mark Wilson with a former.
Why when you've got a striker ready to come on, would you not bring him on for a set play that you want the striker that's going to come on to score you the goal?
Well, what happens here if Barry scores the goal? Does he go off?
Then I'll just sit back down.
Well, here is the free kick. It's about 10 yards away from the corner flag. It's going to be whipped in near post. It's a dangerous delivery, but Sunderland will clear it away. It'll fall to Grealish. He goes back towards Mikolenko in the centre circle. He's got to deal with it quickly. Stands it up the diagonal ball. Tarkowski stayed forward. Ball whipped in, but cleared away again by Sunderland, and out for a throw in. And now Beto. Well, he's put his vest back on now. Now he's coming forward again. David Moyes deciding the next time it goes out, he will make the change. Beto, the one change from the game earlier in the season, it is going to be Barry who is going off, and now he does make the change. So Barry was brought in, Dean, tonight ahead of Beto. He had that one great chance in the first half, a chance he should have taken.
Well, he'll have felt the pressure because of getting his opportunity instead of Beto. You always feel like you've got to take that opportunity. He had the chance, he should have scored. It'll be down to David Moyes, maybe just to pick him up slightly after that.
Yeah, ball going to be thrown in by Mikolenko. The change is made, and Beto will go take up station right in front of the goal, 6 yards out. Can Everton swing the tie back in their favour? Ball launched into the penalty area. It's headed away by Sunderland again. It'll be out for another throw-in, just 5 metres further down the touchline. You're live on Talksport tonight. And it's 1-1 at the Stadium of Light. And Jai with a wonderful goal. Xhaka's deflected effort. Here's another long throw. It's a good ball in, but again the keeper, that landed right at the near post. And Roos again comes out to collect it. He has been commanding, hasn't he?
What a bonus that is, though, isn't it? When your goalkeeper just puts his gloves up and the ball lands in it and he catches it. Just takes the pressure off. So good for your defenders to have that confidence in your goalkeeper.
Sunderland coming forward. Well, they got the early goal. They've not quite been able to go on with their effort just yet, but they're going to get another chance with Traore. First touch played it into the edge of the area. It was on the volley. It was a tough one to control. Grealish will collect it. Pickford shown as a possible option, but they'll knock it long towards halfway, where Beto is held off it by Dan Ballard. Intruder will go back to his goalkeeper, and here is Roos again. Back to Ballard on the near side. 1-1 here. Ball played down the touchline. That hasn't gone out. The spin's kept it in. Mukiele's advanced. Everton switched off there. Ball now level with the edge of the area down the right-hand side. Mukiele, if he looks up, has got Xhaka with him. 30 yards out. They encourage him to shoot. He won't. He'll play it out wide. Ronaldo gets it now. Lafay has it. Can he work a ball in? Xhaka's first-time ball. Sadiki couldn't control the edge of the penalty area. Gay will bring it forward. He gets it towards Njayo, stood on the edge of his own box, and he's overplayed, and he got a bit fortunate that rolled out over to O'Brien on the far side. He can't get it away. Sunderland win the challenge, and it's gone out for a throw-in right by the Everton corner flag.
Again, you can have all the quality, but sometimes it's down to hard work, putting pressure on the opposition, testing how good their touch genuinely is, and that's been the slight difference. Just in this second half is Sunderland have stepped forwards instead of backwards and put Everton under pressure, and they've struggled with that.
Well, Regis Labrie said his side needed to work harder if they're going to continue to get results. They were poor by their own standards first half an hour, but they've been much better, and it's they who are on top here at 1-1. Isidore beaten in the air, ball collected. Xhaka just seems to be everywhere in this second half. Collects it again. Now Sadiki just works it wide on the Sunderland left. Everton just sit back. Ball now in the centre circle. Ballard has been good by and large bringing the ball out. Gets it away. Certainly second part of this game so far. Ball works its way onto the left again. Lafay cuts in. Feeds it to Xhaka. Xhaka will go back left again. 3 red and white shirts, 4 red and white shirts waiting in the box now for a cross. They tried to feed it to Lafay. Sadiki's pass just cut out, but they've won the second ball against Sunderland. But then Dewsbury Hall has nicked it. Beto in front of him, if he could slide him through. He tried his best, but Ballard stepped in and stops the danger for Sunderland.
Oh, he's frustrated though, Beto, because it needed to be played a lot quicker from Dewsbury Hall. It was there, he was away. Dewsbury Hall just took an extra touch and Ballard was then able to come across. Otherwise, if that was played quickly, Beto would have been in. That's why he was frustrated with Dewsbury Hall. Still
1-1 here. Referee gives a free kick to Sunderland. You're listening to Sunderland against Everton on Talksport with Sky Sports. Don't forget that with Now you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly, like Sunderland against Everton, live right now. So it's Now Sports for more details. Free kick then here. There's an Everton player. Is it Njai gone down? It may be a bit of cramp over on the far side, and we get a stoppage in play here at 1-1. Reminder what we've got coming up tomorrow night, Tuesday night, live on Talksport 2, 5:45. Slavia Prague against Arsenal, live from the Champions League. Joe Shannon with the former Chelsea defender Scott Minto. Talksport 8 o'clock, Tottenham against Copenhagen, live from the Champions League. Adrian will be live at Liverpool against Real Madrid. Commentary of Tottenham against Copenhagen with Jim Proudfoot and the former Tottenham man Danny Murphy. And at 8 o'clock on Talksport 2, exclusively live from your home of the EFL, Talksport 2. Coventry, Sheffield United, Ian Danter with Mark Albrighton for that one. Coventry looking to bounce back after a surprising defeat at Wrexham. You heard that live on Friday night on Talksport 2. Right, we are going to get another change here, and Everton are going to be forced into a change. It is Iliman Ndiaye whose goal set Everton off and flying, who's coming on, and it's Dwight McNeil. We understand he'll be coming on here. Dwight McNeil, who's had very little football this year.
Yeah, he struggled to get back into the team. Iliman Ndiaye, this would be a blow, wouldn't it? There's obviously something he's felt, whether it's a tightening of the muscle. Could feel a bit like cramp, but actually you don't want to take any risks at all with him.
Yeah, so the change is made. 62nd minute. Dwight McNeil, who was at times flattered to deceive in an Everton shirt, gets another opportunity here at the Stadium of Light. Free kick for Sunderland in the centre circle. It's straight in front of goal here, so they're going to, you'd imagine, go diagonally one way or the other. All the Sunderland shirts are spread right across the width of the 18-yard box here. Xhaka's going to deliver it. Here he comes forward, left-footed, floats it towards that left-hand side of the box. There's a bit of wrestling there. Ball played down, chance here for the shot. Ronaldo it was, his shot was blocked. There was a bit of pushing and pulling in the box. Ball played forward. Will it fall here? Traore's shot sliced and it comes off an Everton defender. And thankfully for Everton, it's the right side of the post for them. It's behind for a corner.
Well, Ballard feels as if he was just being tugged back in the penalty area. He just got himself in front of Tarkowski. who just had his arms around the top of Ballard's shoulders. I don't think there was enough. Maybe it was O'Brien, actually, who had his arms over the top.
Corner for Sunderland. Delivery whipped in towards the 6-yard box. It falls here. Chance of a first-time shot. No, they'll play it wide to Xhaka. Onto his left foot, curls one in. Hits the first man and goes out for a throw-in on the near side. And Mukiele comes sprinting across for his long throw.
Yeah, he really just throw himself in there, Ballard, doesn't he? From every single set play.
Mukiele will look to launch this. Pickford's almost trying to escort one of the Sunderland players out of the 6-yard box here. He can't really do that. Referee will look at this. Mukiele gets it in. It's flicked on at the near post again. It's bouncing. Big shouts for a handball this time. Huge appeals from the players and fans down that end of the ground, but Everton clear it away, and now they surround the referee here. We've not seen a replay, but the reaction of the players here, Dean, says there might be something in this.
Well, it almost looks as if Idrissa Gueye almost cradles this in his arms. It hits his face, it hits his hand. There's nothing there. I mean, totally inadvertently hitting his arm from his face when it was headed at him from a very short distance.
Yeah, ball cleared away. Beto trying to get in behind. Ballard's lunging header. Dwight McNeil he goes to ground. Referee's not having that, and Sunderland break. And the ball given away by Sunderland. Tarkowski in the right place. Oh, there's a slip from O'Brien. Sadiki will get the ball back. He will come forward now. Edge of the penalty area for Sunderland, and he looked like he'd been fouled, but again the referee says play on. It'll come off a Sunderland player, and it's behind for a goal kick. Dwight McNeil mustn't have been watching the first hour. Dean, the referee's happy to let contact be made here.
He is, but there wasn't much contact. That's why he just thought that he was going to get a nudge in the back and fell over, and the nudge never came. The referee with the right decision again, and a couple of players slipping in that passage of play. It's set up just nicely at the moment, isn't it, for either of these sides to try and take the 3 points.
It is. Who is going to be bravest? Who's going to produce the bit of brilliance to win it? 25 minutes remaining on Talksport tonight. We're live at the Stadium of Light. Monday Night Football live on Talksport, just how we like it. And this one is in the balance. McNeil's touch was a poor one. Isidore will win a throw in there. He just clattered it against McNeil, who I think it's fair to say is a little bit off the pace since he came off the bench.
Yeah, he's not had a good couple of moments there. Dwight McNeil, it can be difficult. That was just sprung upon him because of Njai's injury. Might not have been warming up the same way.
Here now, Ronaldo wins a throw in over on that far side. Level with the edge of the penalty area down the Sunderland left. Again, Mukiele goes sprinting across. Again, all the big guns, Ballard, etc. come forward. Regis Lebris on the edge of his technical area. David Moyes nowhere to be seen at the moment. Sunderland were behind at half-time. Xhaka's deflected effort, levelled it up. And now a long throw into the box. Can they get a flick on? Ballard got up high but didn't get anything on it, and then it's hoofed up in the air. 3 black shirts come forward to get it. Lovely header from Xhaka. Finds Lefay on the left-hand side. Guy goes across to close him down. He gets it away. Now there's a chance to wander forward here. Cross comes in. Again, a big shout for handball, but more from the fans and the player. It was O'Brien. I think it hit him flush in the chest.
Well, even if it did touch the arm, again, it smashed at him from 2 yards away. But of course, the supporters will want a penalty. Once again, we'll be looking at the long throw.
Yeah. The referee just tried to clear some litter off the field. It blew straight back on. It's a thankless task in the wind here. Ball going to be thrown in towards the 6-yard box again. Again, there's a header down into a dangerous position. Again, Everton just lump it forward. Roos comes out. What's he going to do with it? Needs to find a pass. Oh, he's giving it straight to a black shirt, and he's out of his goal here. Grealish on halfway, looks up. Maybe too far out to get a shot away. He's dispossessed by Traore tracking back. There on the turn is Isidore. Isidore wins a crunching tackle, but Xhaka misses his kick. Ball breaks for Everton momentarily. And now they'll feed it forward. Traore's got to be strong. He's got to be strong. He is strong. He wins a free kick for Sunderland midway inside his own half.
It was a messy passage of play, wasn't it, from both sides? And it's got a bit like that, to be honest, in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Sunderland starting to put that pressure on. They've got to be a little bit careful Beto's real strength is that one ball down the middle over the top. They can't really just commit too many men forward.
It's currently Sunderland 1, Everton 1 for the latest odds set to Ladbrokes, where right now you can get Sunderland to win the match 14-5 and Everton win 16-5. The draw 8-11. That's all thanks to Ladbrokes. 18 plus, gambleaware.org. The balance now okay. Ball played over the top. Traore's going to give chase. This is going to hold up. Mikolenko's going to have to deal with this, and he just rolls it out for a throw in. Another chance. A worker, a ball over the top. Turned the fullback round, and Sunderland are just starting to dominate in terms of territory now.
And all it does is you just got to put that pressure on, hope that Everton put it out of play, and all of a sudden you can set things up again for the long throw. Just build momentum and pressure on the Everton penalty area.
Ball going to be delivered in from Mukiele again, about 12 yards out from the corner flag. Didn't get hold of that at all. That was a poor ball. Now he's going to have to sprint back here because Grealish is after this, but he's beaten to it by Xhaka. Showed his quality there just to be in the right place to sweep up any danger. Ball forward from Roos. Trey Hume's going to have to give chase here. Trey Hume, Pickford didn't come for it initially and eventually does, and he'll get it back. 24 gone second half, still Sunderland 1, Everton 1.
But Everton's struggling to get any flow in their game, any real possession, or not been able to get the ball to Dewsbury Hall at all in this second half, whereas in the first they were able to pop it into him in that 10 position. He now needs to work harder to get on the ball somehow.
Grealish has got it, but he's going back towards his own penalty area. He gets it away to Keane. He'll find Pickford. Isidore will close him down, and Pickford will play it forward. Dewsbury Hall beaten in the air. Mukiele wins a header. McNeil does well. Can he find a teammate? No, he can't. Siddiqui will pick it up on the far side, midway side the Everton half, feeds it wide on the left. Isidore waits in the middle, ball goes back here now. Mukiele gets it, feeds it wide. Traore's first time ball, he had so much time there and just kicked it away first time, and that caused Ballard some problems, and he just has to head it out. I think Traore's got to look after it a bit more than that.
Yeah, it was just a loose pass, wasn't he? He tried to just caress it round the corner and caught the edge of the shin pad and straight over towards Isidore, and not enough pace on it. Still 1-1 here. Leyton Orient in front, added on time at Tamworth. Tamworth 0, Leyton Orient 1. We'll get full time from Ian Abrahams in due course there. Here's Isidore on the half turn, running at Tarkowski. Tarkowski tried to take him down and failed. Wilson, Isidore from a tight angle, lashed it wide. It was a good effort, determined effort, but the shot didn't quite have the conviction to beat Pickford. Well, it was all his own work, wasn't it? Wilson Isidore, little turn on the halfway line, tucking it towards Tarkowski, jinking past him, driving past O'Brien, and then looking for the left-footed strike as the angle was getting away from him. Never really threatening Pickford's goal, but it's been all Sunderland in this second half.
It has. We'll get a full time in the FA Cup in a moment as Pickford looks to knock this long and downfield. Straight down the middle of the field he goes. Beto wins the header. He's fouled, giving away a free kick. Let's get full time then in the FA Cup. Tamworth against Leyton Orient with Ian Abrahams.
Tamworth 0, Leyton Orient 1. The League One side then go through to the away tie at Salford in the next round. The moment that mattered, 11 minutes from the end. Ball in by Solly Perkins, deflected into his own net off his head by Kennedy Diggy. It finished here, Tamworth 0, Leyton Orient 1.
Cheers, Ian. Ball played forward here. There it's 1-1. Sunderland dominating. They've got another free kick now. Ballard will take it quickly, gets it away. Granit Xhaka plays out a lovely ball, invites Lafayette off the touchline. Little back heel, gets it away. Ronaldo's gone past his man. Can he find Isidore? Stands it up, Isidore. Couldn't quite get the header on it. It wasn't the worst ball in, but Isidore inches away from a goal-bound effort as Grealish tries to win the ball, and he loses out. Here now comes Sunderland down the right-hand side. Mukiele feeds it in. Nice run from Siddiqui. Can he find a cross? Stands it up. Oh, did that hit a hand? Did that hit Keane's hand? Referee says not. And Sunderland again protests to the official. It's behind for a corner. It looked like his hand was raised.
Yeah, you would expect this to be checked just because of the crossing position. Keane just trying to get back and sticks his hands out. It's pretty unnatural, really, in the way that the two hands go out towards the front of his body.
His hands were out. It looked to hit his hand. What's your thoughts on this? Is it going to be given?
Definitely unnatural in terms of the way his hand positioning was as he tried to turn. His hands definitely stuck out away from his body rather than being tucked in narrowly.
Well, they are checking it, and Michael Keane looked very nervously at James Tarkowski. We're still away. No, corner given.
And I agree, I would never want that to be given. I wouldn't. Again, it's so close, it's 3 yards away. He's turning slightly, his hands haven't been raised, they're just slightly to the side rather than stuck to his body.
Corner for Sunderland. 17 remaining. There's a bit of pushing and shoving at the far post there. Mukiele has gone down. The referee's having a word here. Sunderland 1, Everton 1. The start of another bumper weekend of sporting action across the Talksport network. We're here at the Stadium of Light. Corner whipped in. Chance at the far post. And Ballard with the header. His header was almost blocked as he headed it by an Everton defender. And Everton clear their danger.
Well, again, he's such a threat, Ballard. Again, throwing himself at it. I think the ball got squished between his head and a defender's head. I'm not quite sure who it was. But brilliant defending nonetheless.
Yeah, Mukiele dispossessed. Hume trying to watch it go out on the far side, but he'll keep it in here. Sunderland come forward again. Traore on this near side. Can feel Mikalenko in his back. Mikalenko gives him a bit of a nudge over the sideline. That'll be out for a throw into Everton, who are hanging on a little bit here. They led at the break. Iliman Ndiaye's effort, brilliant individual effort. 15 minutes in, we saw Grealish hit the base of the post. Then somehow Barry missed from 4 yards out. He lashed his half volley over the top. Jacques has deflected effort within a minute of the start of the second half. 1-1. It's been all Sunderland, but they haven't managed to test Pickford just yet. A couple of Ballard headers been the nearest they've got. Here now, Siddiqui. He feeds it wide. Ronaldo advancing forward at full tilt. It's a foot race, but that's going to be a free kick against the Sunderland fullback, who turns away in frustration. And Everton, you feel at the moment, Dean, just happy every stoppage in play plays into their hands.
Yes, it does. It does. It was actually really well played by James Garner. Just stepping across Ronaldo to draw the foul. David Moyes and his coaching staff, though, in a big discussion about what they probably need to do to change things.
Well, here's Dewsbury Hall. He's got runners in front of him. McNeil had made a good run, but they couldn't find him. Ball back to Roos, who will clear it long and downfield. It should be won by Tarkowski. He just cushions the volley, but it's given away. And now a break could have been on. Siddiqui just couldn't find his teammate, and he'll go back and retain possession. You are listening to Sunderland against Everton on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk. Who's going to be the winner? Or will it be a draw? Sunderland unbeaten at home in the Premier League. 3 wins and a draw for them. They were behind. They were under the pump. They were out of sorts first half an hour. They grew into the game. They got their reward start of the second half. Can they go on and win it? Or will Everton snatch it late in the piece? Ball forward. Ballard there again. Lovely header finds Xhaka. Xhaka wanders over halfway. Feeds it wide now. Here's a chance for Traore. Traore cuts in. Feeds it back to Xhaka, 35 yards out. He pondered about a pass out wide left, comes back to the right. Traore has it again. First time pass now. Mukiele, can he dig out a cross? He does! He's hit first time by Isidore, and he didn't get hold of it, and Lefay was closing in but couldn't react quickly enough. Pickford saves it.
Oh, I mean, Mukiele just brilliant again, getting that energy down the right hand side and wrapping his foot round it again to Isidore, and he takes a wild swipe. It hits middle stump, his leg behind him. Again, it's just that bit of composure needed when the ball comes in to get a clean strike on it. You don't have to lash it. Get the direction, get the side foot on it, and give yourself a chance of scoring the goal from that.
Here's Grealish. Feels like it'd be a smash and grab if Everton were to win this, but it is 1-1. They were dominant for half an hour. They've struggled thereafter. But can they conjure up an opportunity? They've created very little in the second half as Tarkowski comes forward again. Feeds it out to McNeil. Gets it back. O'Brien. Back to Tarkowski. No real go forward at the minute. Beto's made a run, and Beto will get there. Edge of the penalty area. Right hand side for Everton. Seen very little of the ball since he came on, Beto. But he has it now, he's outnumbered, but he's earned a throw-in.
It's one thing I really like about Beto is that he's got great anticipation to the long pass. He's always looking, will that be played down the line? Can I get hold of it? Can I get myself in behind? That's why Sunderland have just got to be careful. They do look for him when Everton get the ball.
I can see Carlos Alcaraz about to come on for Everton. They're about to make a double change. Will it be needed? Long throw in here and an opportunity for Everton to get themselves back in front. 12 remaining, stadium alight. Ball floats in, there's bodies everywhere, ball's bouncing around, and it's sliced behind in the end by Mukiele, and now everybody's appealing for a free kick of some sort, but the referee says it's a corner.
Yeah, it was a decent throw in from O'Brien. There was 3 Sunderland players that all ended up on their backsides. I think it was Tarkowski that just shoved all 3 of them out of the way. It's the first real look they've had, Everton, in this second half.
It is. So there's going to be changes on both sides here, but first a set piece to be dealt with. It's Everton with it. It's going to be an in-swinging corner from their right-hand side. Ball towards the far post. Keeper's gone down. Referee's, well, eventually blown his whistle, but he didn't blow it straight away. Roos, who's been pretty good, was blocked in his penalty area. Now he'll play it out, and Sunderland are looking to counter, but the referee said it wasn't taken from the right spot, and that will stop play with 11 minutes left. Sunderland 1, Everton 1.
Yeah, it looked a dangerous set play, didn't it? As it was played right to the back to Tarkowski, who got away from Reinaldo, headed it back, but Roos was on the floor. Don't know why the referee waited to make that decision. And it does feel as if maybe a change from either side could just shift things in their favour towards the end of the game.
Yeah, Sunderland about to make changes of their own. Chemsdean, Talib, who got the goal that won it at Stamford Bridge last week, Talby, he's about to come on. Regis Labrie named him a finisher. Can he finish it for Sunderland, who go forward now with Siddiqui? 2 changes from both about to be made as teams trying to turn 1 point into 3. Xhaka has it, 25 yards out, feeds it wide onto the Sunderland left. Cross comes in beyond Isidore, headed down. Oh, keeper's made a mess of it. Pickford and puts it behind for a corner. It was Trey Hume. Headed, not a lot of power in it. It looked like he might have been sneaking in at the far post, and Pickford spills it for a corner.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy, wasn't it, from Pickford? Should have just dealt with that quite comfortably. You're right, Trey Hume making a late run from that midfield area that he's been playing in most of the time. Pickford should have just gathered that and let it slip through his fingers.
He'll be disappointed with that. Corner for Sunderland, 10 remaining, stadium alight. You're live on Talksport. 1-1 here. Win for Sunderland sends them second, but they need a second goal. Ball cleared away, 25 yards out. Opportunity to shoot is turned down. Xhaka whips in a great ball. Oh, big chance, he's headed over the top. That was a massive chance, and it's ballooned over by Mukiele. 6 yards out, and he's fluffed his lines.
Well, the Sunderland players are saying that he was kicked in the process as he tried to head this. As it was played back to Granit Xhaka from Siddiqui, the ball in is absolutely magnificent. First time, whip, pace, bend. Keane just flicks a foot out from behind Mukiele and catches him just in the face, just as he's about to head it. How can this not be looked at? Because he's put Mukiele off with the foot in the face.
Well, having seen it a second time, Mukiele is down, holding his head here. He's almost trying to exaggerate the point, isn't he? But the referee has had a look. No indication yet that this is being checked, but I'm sure they would have a look at it. It was a raised boot from Keane. As here come the changes then. On for Sunderland comes Chemsdean Talby. He will replace Bertrand Traore, who leaves the field. And also coming off, Wilson Isidore, who's going to be replaced by Brian Brobby, who comes on. And we're about to see the changes come in from Everton as well, who are bringing on. Alcaraz is coming on, and Ero Hegbunam is coming on as well. It's going to be Dewsbury Hall who makes way. And also Jake O'Brien will leave the field. So a double change for David Moyes and Everton, a double change for Sunderland. And we still await the restart here.
Well, I just think they have cancelled each other out a little bit in this second half. The game's just gone a little bit scrappy.
Well, they've had a couple of shouts, haven't they, for a penalty, Sunderland? They've had nothing given yet.
Well, that one does surprise me, just because Mukiele's about to head it towards goal and he gets a flick of a foot in the face when he's in the act of trying to head the ball towards goal, and then he misses. Keane's doing nothing other than trying to put him off in that motion.
Remains 1-1. We'll have a reaction to follow from both camps, of course. Sports Bar follows us tonight. As soon as we're done here at the Stadium of Light, get your calls in 03717223344 as the ball forward to Mukiele. He couldn't control it and it's out for a throw-in. 6.5 left. Dean Ashton, are we going to get another goal?
It does have that feeling that it's sort of building towards the end of the game. We've just gone into a scrappy period, a bit of fatigue, and so often in the Premier League, just when you think you want to settle for a point, you can switch off.
Yeah, Everton come forward with Grealish. A goal now would surely be a winner, you feel. Can Everton deliver it over on that far side? There's a slip there, but they've managed to get behind, and that's going to be a free kick. No, the referee again waves it away. There's a bit of a theatrical dive, but they've given it away on the edge of the box. Sunderland, the shot comes in, beaten away. Mikalenko's effort. Roos down low to his right, got two strong hands behind it and pokes it out together with a throw-in on this near side.
Well, it is a lovely strike from Mikalenko. Catches it beautifully towards that near post. It was a pretty simple save from Roos. Saw it all the way, got behind it well, palmed it out of any real danger.
Yeah, well, an opportunity for the long throw. Mikalenko will hoist it in. Keeper stays at home this time. It flicks off ahead, falls on the penalty spot, and it's Lafay who will clear it downfield. Garner's on halfways. Got to hook it acrobatically over his head. It's flicked on here by Everton into the penalty area. Hume is going to let this roll out. Surely he does. And it goes out for a goal kick to Sunderland. 5 remain now at the Stadium of Light. It's still 1-1.
Yeah, and it's difficult in this moment because, a point for both sides is not the worst thing. Even Sunderland being at home, to remain unbeaten here and pick up another point towards safety to start with. You just don't want to risk losing, though, that point.
All played forward here. An opportunity on the edge of the box for Alcaraz. Couldn't quite get it under his control. Well dealt with there by Raheg on the halfway line. And Everton will go all the way back to Pickford in goal. And he'll play it out to Keane, who will now turn and goes past his man. Feeds it in towards the halfway line. Alcaraz back to Gay. He feeds it through. Nice pass. Better from Everton, who are coming forward here. Sliding challenge from Robbie, who looked like he won the ball, and the referee's not having any of that. And it's a free kick on the edge of the centre circle.
No, you're not allowed to do that anymore, are you? You're not allowed to slide in from behind the player and get the ball. Why would we want to do that? The referees just give a free kick nowadays for those. It's actually brilliant from Robbie to get back and make that challenge, actually.
So another set piece. Everton, who weathered a storm at 1-1. Pickford made a good save, didn't he? Stranded on the floor after a deflected shot, clawed it away. Save from Hume's header. Been a lot of efforts that have been blocked in and around the penalty area, but now Everton are going to get a late chance. 3.5 remaining. Pickford will come forward to take it. Plays it short here towards the halfway line. Here's Grealish now on the left-hand side for Everton. Was really good first half. Now what can he do second? He goes past his man, delivers a ball in. Keeper just backpedaling almost for a second. Claws it out from under his crossbar. It's still 1-1.
Oh, Grealish with a little two-step there to send Talby the wrong way. But then actually it was disappointing from Grealish, the delivery in. Roos, yes, underneath his crossbar, but needs to be better from Jack Grealish.
It does. Here now coming forward is Mukiele. Wandering run, goes past one, he's overrun it. But wins a free kick. Set piece opportunity midway between the halfway line and the penalty spot, penalty area. Sunderland 1, Everton 1. Time ticking down.
Mukiele, considering he starts as a right-hand sided centre back of a 3, he all of a sudden then becomes a full-back and then a wing-back and allows Trey Hume just to tuck inside. He's been brilliant down Sunderland's right.
Ball whipped in. It's a good-looking ball to the far post. Sunderland will head it back across goal, but behind everybody in a red and white shirt on the edge of the box. Everton will look to break. Almost had the chance to break there, and that's a pull-back on Gay, who wants a yellow card but isn't going to get one. Well, it's still in the balance. 2 remaining here. Not too many stoppages, just the injury for Iliman and Jai. Well, the substitutions and the goal, so we'll have, you'd imagine, at least 3 or 4 minutes added on here. 2 minutes of the 90 remaining on Talksport. 1-1. Pickford will knock it long towards the edge of the Sunderland box. Beto went up to get it, but there weren't too many in and around the box. Had he won it, he didn't win it. Goes out for a goal kick. I think Everton are quite happy now with a point.
I was going to say, that didn't scream we're going to get the winner, did it? As that was whacked towards Beto with nobody really around him. And he's definitely got that feel. But if you're Sunderland, you'd be thinking, can we be the ones that really push this right towards the end?
Well, ball's on halfway. Saw a picture of a really gloomy looking Tierno Barry, who missed that great chance for 2-0 in the first half. His heart will be sinking at the moment. He'll be disappointed with a miss, but disappointed it might be costly. Probably looks to get him behind, and it's poked away by Keane and out for another long throw.
And wouldn't it just be typical at the moment, with it being in vogue, that we see another goal from a long throw? Ballard's going up again to flick on at the near.
Well, he's an absolute nuisance, isn't he, in the penalty area, Dan Ballard? Can he get on the end of this? The referee's just making Nordi Mukiele come back a little bit, about 20 yards out. Doesn't take an overly long run up, to be fair, only about 3 paces. Pushing and shoving and wrestling in the box. Referee's going to have a look at this. We're into the 90th minute now, and we'll await how long will be added on here at the Stadium of Light. Can Sunderland snatch a late winner? They won it late at Stamford Bridge last week. Are they going to repeat the feat here again on Talksport? 1-1, they were down at the break, all level now, ball into the area, headed on towards the goal. Pickford came and then went back, and it's hammered away. We've got 6 added on minutes, so still a little bit of meat left on the bone here at the Stadium of Light, and that news well received by those in red and white around us, and it is a capacity crowd again tonight here. Robbie's having the shirt pulled off his back, but Everton clear it. McNeil gets it away. There could be a chance on the counter here late for Everton. Ball cuts in field, crunching tackle goes in, and I think it was Ronaldo. He goes down and he wins a free kick for Sunderland.
And they've not been able to put anything together this second half, Everton. David Moyes again just turning away, shaking his head. The quality's not been there for Everton in this second half as there was in the first.
Russ will come forward again. Free kick midway inside his own half. Sunderland, who got the goal back inside a minute after half time. Xhaka's deflected effort. Russ will take it now, launches it long towards, just holding up on the wind, isn't it? The wind really has gained in power in this match, and it's in the face of Sunderland. Forward go Everton, but the pass misplaced, and it's like there's just no conviction about Everton at the moment. There's no desire to score a second goal. You feel it's going to take an outrageous Sunderland error to let them in, but Sunderland have got designs at the other end. Robbie turned edge of the area, and Pickford out to save the day. We've had 90 seconds of the minimum 6 added on.
And you hope that the changes can give you a bit of momentum in the game, and it hasn't really worked for Sunderland. It's been all kind of long ball and long throws. They've not really looked to build anything up or been able to.
Here's Xhaka. Is there a bit of magic left in Sunderland to snatch a win in a game that for the opening half an hour they were lucky to be only 1 behind. They were poor, very poor by Regis Lebris standards, but they restricted Everton to that Iliman and Jai effort on 15 minutes, despite Grealish hitting the post and Barry missing an open goal just before the half-hour mark. Ball played forward here towards the near side. It'll come off Mikolenko. It's out for another long throw. 2 of the minimum 6 have been played. It's still 1-1.
Yeah, focus, desire, really needed organisation from Everton's perspective. You don't want to be done from one of these long throws just because somebody switches off.
Well, everybody is back for Everton. They're undone by a couple of set pieces against Tottenham last weekend. They need to defend firm here. Mukiele's going to try and launch it in. He almost needs to allow for the wind, doesn't he? Ball goes in towards the 6-yard box. He'll come back to Mukiele now. He's got a chance to get the cross in. His first touch wasn't great. Cross is deflected up in the air. It's headed away by Everton, but there's nobody anywhere near the halfway line. So this one should come back in with a bit of interest. Oh, it's given away. Xhaka's given it away, and there's a massive chance here. Alcaraz in on goal. Backpedaling come the defenders. Alcaraz to win it for Everton. Step over. Loses it, gets it back. Here now is a chance for the shot back to Alcaraz. Lays it back on wide on the right. Cross comes in over everybody. And Everton got a chance, and they couldn't take it.
Oh, what a massive opportunity that was given to them by Granit Xhaka. And they just couldn't take advantage. Alcaraz took so long to make a decision.
Referee plays on as Hume was bundled over. Mukiele advancing forward now. Feeds it out wide on the near side. A chance here for Talby, the match winner last week. Puts in a good cross, well headed away. Everton, who had a chance to win it, are now just hanging on. Grealish pass, a good one. It's thumped high into the night sky here. 2 of the 6 remaining minutes to be played. Sunderland on the attack. Nice pass, Talby finds Hume, who was tackled, but fairly, says the referee, and Everton will break again. Beto waits on the left, but they've passed it through 3 black shirts and into touch. It's almost like they don't want to win, Everton.
David Moyes again, just disgusted with his team. Take a bit of care and you could have got 3 points. Alcaraz, when he was played through, just took so long to decide, do I pass it to Beto, do I go myself? By the time he'd made a decision, he was then blocked out by the retreating Sunderland defence.
Yeah, I think Alcaraz has just gone in the book as well there, late on in the piece. Throw-in for Sunderland, now it's the throw-in for Everton. And time ticking down now, just over a minute of the 6 remaining, 1-1. It will maintain the unbeaten run of Sunderland. The point will lift them 4th. They entertain the leaders Arsenal here. Last game before the international break, 5:30 on Saturday. Unless someone can snatch an unlikely goal right at the end of play here. We're inside the final minute. A point as it stands would see Everton 14th in the table. Everton have it. Oh, the throw-in was a bit of a loopy one there, but it might work out in their favour, Everton. No, it's going to be thumped high, downfield. Brobby's trying to wrestle for it. Keane, who survived a couple of potential penalty shouts in the second half. Here's Lafay. Brobby sprints forward, wanted it played early. Didn't get it early. Tarkowski clears it away. It goes off the Sunderland player, and I think that might just do it. Everton, who were in front early on, who dominated early on, were pegged back by Sunderland, but Sunderland couldn't quite see the game out and get the winner that maybe their second half efforts deserved. Pickford, when needed, came up with a couple of key saves. Referee's got his whistle in his mouth, and that's it. It's on as even. A disappointed Regis Labrie shakes hand with an equally disappointed David Moyes, but probably for different reasons. Everton dominant early on. Iliman Ndiaye's wonderful goal gave them the lead. Grealish hit the woodwork, and Barry missed a sitter that should have put Everton 2-0 up at the break. They were made to pay. Granit Xhaka's deflected effort went past Pickford in off the bar for 1-1 within 60 seconds of the second half. And as hard as they tried, Sunderland didn't create too many clear-cut opportunities. But when you're newly promoted and 10 games into your season, I think you'd take being 4th in the table with 18 points safely in the bank. It's well received here at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland not at their best, but remain unbeaten here. Then Sunderland 1, Everton 1.
And the fans are happy. Listen to them. Wise men say only fools rush in. They're not going to criticise that. Sunderland remain unbeaten at home, having just come back into the Premier League. And what about this? On Saturday, 5:30, Sunderland take on Arsenal. And yeah, that's 4th against 1st. I think they'll have to up their game a little bit, Sunderland, if they're going to remain unbeaten at home after that one. But what a comedy end to the game, Dean Ashton. It was ridiculous. You had Jordan Pickford throwing one out for a corner. You had a long throw after long throw from Mukiele. You had penalty appeals left, right and centre. Alcaraz nearly getting Everton out of jail at the end. It was a ridiculous end to the game, wasn't it?
It just descended into a bit of scrappy chaos, didn't it?
Entertaining, though.
Oh, yes, absolutely, yeah, added to it. But neither team could really get hold of the ball properly, play any sort of build-up football. Look, maybe give them the benefit of the doubt. It is very, very windy down there. You can look at the goal netting at the moment. It's properly blowing down there. So maybe that would have affected the style of play towards the end. But I don't think Sunderland quite did enough in the second half to feel like they should have won it. But certainly a much improved performance compared to the first, which was pretty shocking.
I must say, I messaged a friend of mine saying, just towards the end of the game, saying, Granit Xhaka is so good in this side. He's got so much energy, by the way, for somebody of over 30, so much energy in the Premier League game. So influential on this side as well. I think they might struggle if he's ever injured or suspended. And I said, all he does is simply give it to teammates. At that point, he gave the ball away and Everton should have won the game.
Well, he made a couple of mistakes, didn't he, in the game that could have led to Everton goals if they'd have been more clinical in their attacking play. But you're right, I think most of the time so calm, like you say, doing the simple things, even when the crowd want him to shoot, just making sure that he picks the right pass, and obviously got them back into the game with a ferocious strike that took the deflection, but was so commanding in his performance, and even towards the end showing that he's got that energy, he's got that pace when he went on a run defensively to help. And he's keeping Dan Neil out, remember. This is a terrific player from last season that I thought would really step up to Premier League level. Hasn't been given a look in because of Xhaka's performances.
Well, he'll be in the mix, Xhaka, for your man of the match, which he'll deliver in just a second. Somebody who won't be getting it is Jack Grealish, I don't think. His second half, discuss. I think he was getting battered, getting fouled quite a lot, but he had no impact on the game whatsoever. Let's think about this in context. Everton's net spend this summer is the biggest it's been for a long, long time. Biggest probably ever been. So they've spent big, and he's been a big part of that in terms of the money that they're paying him, okay, to bring him from Manchester City. So I expected a little bit more from Jack Grealish, a treble winner, an England international, being paid big money when you come into a place like this.
Yes, I totally agree. And look, I think there's still that Man City hangover, the way it's changed him as a player. I do feel that. And we want to see him get back to the Villa Grealish that had the freedom and looked like he really enjoyed taking on defenders, creating things, scoring goals, assists. We want to see that Grealish come back. And in the second half, I think that's on him. I think it is on him that he let his own performance drop, and then he wasn't really a help to the team. And it was actually a hindrance because defensively he was really poor against Mukiele.
Yeah, I wonder if he should be more central than out wide. I mean, it's a decision David Moyes will make, but
it's not a bad shout, actually, yeah. Between him and Dewsbury Hall, whether he would be better being a little bit freer in the middle of the pitch.
He can maybe play two number 10s. I don't know how it's going to go, but I don't think he was particularly impressive tonight, and he won't feature in this. Time now for us to pick our man of the match with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
The Here For It hero on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
And Dean Ashton, who are you going for?
Well, Xhaka was great, but I'm going to go for Nordi Mukiele because I just think, like I said, he was playing right-hand-sided centre-back of a three, but then he looked like he was playing right-back, and then he looked like he was playing right-wing, and then he was tucking in and underlapping. You know, his shoulders must be sore, the amount of long throws that he's had to take. He'll probably be straight head first into the ice bath, arms straight in. I thought he was excellent. Then when he did get down the right-hand side, he whipped in a couple of fantastic crosses, really whipped his right foot around it. So for me, I thought he was the one that was trying his utmost to give the team something.
A quick word on Dan Ballard, who was all action. We talked about Sunderland's lack of English players. He was born in England but plays for Northern Ireland, and actually it's a reunion for him with Bukayo Saka. He was his captain at youth level at Arsenal. Ballard, I thought he was impressive in both boxes, I think, tonight.
Yeah, he was, and he gives them a calmness on the ball as well. I thought his distribution was excellent into those midfield players. Such a threat in the opposition box, but I watched him as well when Beto came on, and I know Beto is a threat in behind. Ballard's concentration was excellent. He stepped in 3 or 4 times in front of the striker. Yeah, really good all-round performance.
But Nordi Mukiele, our hero, man of the match from today's game with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.